These are like bags that he bought at like Walmart.
Oh, those aren't yours?
No.
I
This
thought
came with the game.
I seriously thought those were yours. Wow.
No, it came with the game.
That's not professional at all.
Well, there's only 155 of them out there, though, so I don't know.
Still, you want to be at least look professional.
Well,
Would you accept that?
to be fair, with component costs, no, yeah, I personally accept it because it's a Kickstarter, and there's only 155 copies in existence. Now, if it was a retail game, not. But look at how fancy this is, huh? A wooden dial. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a down mark.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Didn't know you were on already.
What? Who?
It is starting to get cold here.
What y'all doing out here?
Made me lose my count. Well, here it is.
This is enraged. 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 Enraged.
We're all enraged.
Enraged.
Engage.
Enraged.
Engage.
Oh wait. Engaged. Engaged, 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 engaged. I thought it said enraged. Covered. Ball.
No, this is not a Mutant Football League. This is fourth quarter. We just got it in yesterday.
It's a Kickstarter.
How are you guys doing today, huh? Pretty
small.
good.
You don't answer for them.
Said hopefully pretty good.
How you guys doing? Pretty good.
I hope.
No, I'm doing terrible. F you, Joe.
Better now. See? Doing pretty well.
I can't see with the camera in the way. Spurs fan!
Spurs fan, sorry.
Thank you.
You're Spurs fan. Wow, here it is.
You're sorry?
They're actually doing pretty well.
We're sorry.
Good for you guys.
I'm sorry.
Yes, this is this is AJ's Tabletime. Tabletime. We changed it, remember?
Oh, did I mess it up again? Tabletime?
Yeah, I wish you could play that one, Pete. What's up, man? How's it going? Are you excited? Couple more. Is it like 2 weeks? Then I get to see you with PAX. Pete wants to know, is this the one where we turn on the motor and they start shaking?
No. That'd be cool.
It is going to be a good month.
I want to play that one.
I don't think I've ever played that.
Why don't you tell me that, Joe? I would have bought one.
Well, I didn't know.
How much are those ones that the whole table moves? Chat. Hold on, I gotta glue shit.
Yeah, text me, Pete. Don't forget my glasses.
We're still putting it together.
I'm missing my glasses. I'm trying not to cut myself over here. So far, so good. Jesse, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm applying glue now. So shut up, chat.
Messes up.
Applying super glue.
Alex, what's up? Yeah, these aren't even the right pieces, man. The right pieces suck. We had to switch over to.
I went over
Bloodborne.
to Wonko's, and Erica's mom showed me a picture of you actually smiling, man. You thought you could sneak a smile past me, but no. Here, let me make you a mod. You had a big old smile on your face.
Okay, done. Oh no, his face came off. Utaku girl, what's up? How's your hairdo? Did it turn out nice?
You have added Alex as a moderator. Lies? No, it's you and Erica sitting next to each other and you're super smiling.
Guys, dorks. Dorks.
You having fun over there?
Okay.
Oh no, I glued it to the cardboard.
You idiot.
Nothing to do with the drunk. That's not NFL music. That's what do you do with a drunken sailor?
It is.
Autumn Thunder, 40 years of NFL football music.
Very pink. I need to check it out. Did you post it on the?
Do you do with
on
the
the
drunken
chat?
sailor? Early in the morning.
Angry Mexican. How's your vision today? Is it good?
Interaction markers. Engaging them in a block or covering them. They're designed to be placed directly between the bases.
Magic Man. Hola.
Orange marker indicates the line of scrimmage, and the yellow marker shows the line needed to achieve a first down. The clip indicates the current down and is placed on the clock.
Red Wings. I don't think so.
What do you do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Fatigue counter is F, timeout counter is T, and boost counter is B. Alex, did you see my email response to the Mortal Kombat? I think I figured it out. We're gonna do Mortal Kombat a little more similar to Street Fighter.
Bissell Lloyd. Doing great after being pricked a whole bunch of times.
I don't have those pieces. I think I'm missing pieces, Joe.
You fucking serious?
Well, look at that. You see, he's showing 8, and they only have 1. But I think he's just doing that for example. You know, instead of actually drawing the example, he takes a picture, right? And so you don't actually need that. Pirate football is better than the XFL. Since when did they do pirate football? Joe's still assembling his team, so codes 44. Is this gonna turn into some Blood Bowl? Well, we got Blood Bowl. And you know what's funny? Is these miniatures are so bad that we went ahead and we just bought Blood Bowl to supplement the miniatures.
Oh, that's it. Yay, my team's ready.
Oh, you're talking about the music? Here, move that back, I guess. Well, see, you don't have any way of identifying your players.
They're green.
Well, you've got a quarterback, an offensive line, running backs, split ends, flankers, cornerbacks, middle linebacker, and defensive tackles. I don't know what the fuck a split end and a flanker is.
Tight end.
A tall, long-strided receiver who generally catches the deep passes. Flanker, a more agile receiver specializing in catching shorter passes. So a flanker is like a tight end and a split end is like a wide receiver. I don't know why he doesn't just call it that.
Chill out, yeah. Cowboys are, I think it's going to be a close one, guys. It's going to be a close one.
One and done? Is that what y'all are saying? Are we going to hold against the Sea? It depends on whether we can run the ball. If we can't run the ball, we're fucked. I am so nervous about that game. Oh my god, it's driving me crazy. I don't want to be one and done. Everybody will make fun of the Cowboys.
They already do.
Well, they'll make fun of me and more. I mean, they're going to make fun of the Cowboys even no matter what, even if we don't win the Super Bowl. So I guess you're right. There's really nothing we can do. Hey, at least the cards are of really good quality.
Yes. Yes, I do, Alex.
Look at how thick these cards are.
Is that where all the money went?
Yeah, that's where all the money went. Look at how thick these cards are. I've never seen thicker cards in my life. Keep thinking there's like 6 cards glued together.
Let me see.
Hey, there's a play for you, Magic Man. Pirate, pirate. Pirate, pirate. Wide, 86. Wide, 87.
We should just play in this terrain.
Wide, 87. Right up. Alright, Joe, there's a center line that runs the length of the ball field between the goalposts. It's important as the center, the player who snaps the ball to start each player must start each play in a square adjacent to it. So this is going to be my center and that's going to be your center, I guess.
Careful with the arm. Took me an hour
to glue these things. Damn, this is some funky music.
It's like what, the 70s?
Bang, 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 bang. The 70s NFL music.
It's like a start of a very good video, huh?
This
Back
is
in
the
day.
start of a...
Wink, wink.
I see what you're saying, Joe.
Somebody order pizza.
Does anybody need their pipes clean? Does anybody in chat want their pipes clean? Joe's got you covered. Each coast has their own
Yeah, I
sideline.
heard Sea of Thieves is like completely different. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out whenever I'm free.
Kid approved taste.
Kids like it, so should you. I'm a grown man.
Joe recommended this to me.
He needs his
Pedialyte
electrolytes.
electrolyte solution.
It's better than Gatorade because you don't get all the sugar.
Why does it look like a pure bottle of medicine? It looks like if you chug this, you die.
I don't think you die.
It's 1 quart. Why do they make it look like medicine, Joe? It's fucking nasty.
Alex isn't here though. I'll allow it.
What? You'll allow what?
Because that's my thing whenever I play
Fuck.
board games.
You're gonna open it. What the fuck?
Shabba boy, respect for 27 months. I was hoping this was the old tabletop football with the vibrating table. See, that's another one.
God damn it. 2 votes for vibrating football.
Ray, what's up,
Holy
Ray?
Shit. Where's Ray?
Ray right there.
Where?
Ellinger. 88. You want to play some football, Ray? Now Ray's a mod too. Mister says, I'm all for anything.
Ah! How dare you! How dare you make me drink this?
It's better than what you were going to get, Powerade.
Joe, look at this. 45% of your sodium. I had to look at the label because it tastes like pure salt. It's like Gatorade if you dumped a bunch of salt in it.
So it's like less sugar.
They just replaced the sugar with salt? What the fuck? Oh my god. For children under 1 year of age, consult your doctor. Joe, you can't have any of this.
Damn it. Chug it down.
It's what plants crave. Electrolytes. Let's try anything to get better quicker.
This is like
I did emergency.
this is like a disco track.
Yeah, welcome to the disco. Can y'all hear that? Alright, so that's the clock scoreboard. It is used for keeping track of the time left in the game. Each play is 1 minute of game time. There are 15 squares to represent 15 minutes in the fourth quarter. It is also used to record the lead of the team that is winning. Use a team counter to show the score difference. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck a team counter is. We weren't supplied with one. Each coach has their own sideline. Team cards may be placed in the team area. The playbook deck is in the deck area, and the play and audible areas are for the plays chosen during each down. The field is split into squares. Players must be placed within a single square. The field is marked out in 10-yard lines. These are numbered on the field to show how many yards are needed to reach the end zone in that half. The field is grouped into marked 6 rectangle squares, 4 across the width. These are passing zones. These are passing zones, I guess.
Small timer. Love you too. So Alex, what are my odds?
Of what?
He wants to bet on football.
Stop betting on a fucking album.
I won last time. But
Son of a bitch. The play cards, part 1. Your playbook is made up of 15 cards showing the plays. Well, how do I know which goes with which? Bastard.
Professor Lloyd, we scrapped for 35 months. 35 months, damn. Nothing like chilling after work, watching stream, and playing my guilty pleasure. STO.
STO. Star Trek on, huh? Well, how do I know which is which, game? What the fuck?
Give me 6 points, Alex.
Pass, run, or trick plays. The playbook is made of 15 cards showing the plays left to use in the fourth quarter. So this is literally only 1 quarter of football. Fourth quarter. Because the fourth quarter is the only thing that matters. I was wondering why it was called fourth quarter.
What? That's what I thought. It's just 1 quarter.
Well, damn it! I want something to make a simulation of football. It's so hard.
What?
Dude.
How did you not get
It's
that
like
from the name?
Impossible.
Fourth quarter.
You know what, Joe? Go to hell. Go there. Tell me what it's like.
Okay, that's the bet then.
I need to see how to set up. What the hell? Alright, here we go. Pre-game preparation, the playbook. Northville Pirates and the Hutterton Storms. So isolate.
the Pirates.
Man, Joe.
Give me your fucking money! Give me your fucking
Fine, then I'll make you.
Bum, bum.
Isolate, go left.
Can you minimize the camera?
Did somebody give us some money?
Yeah, I can't read it. It's blocking.
Isolate, go left.
Codes, thank you so much for
Isolate, go
your
right.
donation. You need some elderberry extract, syrup, or juice. You can
Elderberry.
find it. It's a bit bitter, but will help tons. Elderberry.
Middle slants.
Matt Moto, thank you so much for your
Middle
beats.
slants. Long bomb. There's only 155 of these games in existence, chat, so feel privileged to see it played. You were one of very few people in the world.
In the world.
Long bomb? Long bomb.
The smells of elderberry.
They're bitter. Hail Mary. Hail Mary.
Gamer's Joy. It's
Isolate
because you haven't
post
played the
corner.
right board game. I too used to be like you. Then I turned into playing board games.
Isolate
A lot of
post
fun.
corner.
Doom. It's one of my favorites.
Isolate post corner. Isolate slant round. Isolate first. Isolate slant left. I don't have an isolate slow post corner. I have a post corner. I'm gonna move on. Flanker drag. I'm making up the team decks. It's gonna take me a while. The hell is the flanker drag?
No clue.
Flanker drag. Play action. That one, I understand. Play action. It's a trick play. PA isolate.
That's not medicine. Says he's got some Chinese medicine for you to try. It's on top of the fridge. Make you feel 300 years of proven healing.
Tiger penis. Good for you. Tiger penis very good.
Yeah, penis.
SE sweep right. Off guard left. Off guard right. Off guard left. Off guard right. Off guard left. A gap right. So what's the A gap?
A gap.
You never played football?
No, I play basketball.
I'll tell you what the A gap is. It's in between the center
Someone said tacos.
and one of the tackles or guards. FL sweep left.
Just RJ. Thank you, Just RJ, for subscribing. Where's Charmander?
FL sweep left. FL sweep left. Pirate. Alright, we've made your deck.
Ready.
There's a, count those. Is that 15 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Where's
7,
the other
8,
guy?
9, 10,
Not
11,
Joe.
12, 13,
He's in
14,
chat.
15. Sit and go.
Wait a minute.
QB drop dive. Isolate slant left.
14.
No, it's not.
I counted twice.
Damn you, Joe.
14. I counted 3 times.
Son of a bitch. I missed one. Isolate, slant right. Isolate, slant left.
I have isolate.
Isolate, slant right. Shh, I'm doing mine now.
Oh, okay.
Over and under. I'll get back to you.
Gaps are listed alphabetically from center to tight end on each side. Look at that.
Sit and go.
Boy knows his
Wheel
stuff.
route left. Wheel route left. He just looked it up, Joe.
Did he? Maybe he just knows. Crazy reply. Thank you so much for your bids. It's a lot of bids. Love your stuff, Joe. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. How many bets did he give you, Joe? Wheel route left, wheel route right.
10,000 beats. Give you 10,000 beats.
Okay. Flood
And
mid left,
Roger.
flood mid right. Flood mid left, flood mid right. Flood mid right, flood mid left. Run pass option left, run pass option right. Run pass option left, run pass option right. Sweep left, sweep right. Oh, I like sweeps. I always want the Cowboys to do more sweeps, but we never do. Running back middle, go, Joe. I can go right up the middle. I'm just gonna run you right over. Nobody cares. Spread field. QB dive.
More sweeps with Rod Smith.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Boy,
7,
Kitty, what's up?
8,
How
9,
are you
10,
doing?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, Joe, do you have isolate, go left, right?
Yes.
Middle slants, long
Yes.
bomb.
Yes.
Hail Mary, isolate post corner.
Hail Mary.
That's the isolate post corner that you don't
Yeah, I
have.
don't have that.
Because it didn't say isolate.
Doing great.
It's just simple post corner, Joe. I think I like your team's playbook better than my team's playbook. In fourth quarter football, plays are represented by play cards showing the plays left to use in the fourth quarter. For the first few games at the start of the game, coaches should choose a team and select the relevant play cards listed below. Other options for card selection. After you have played the Pirates and the Storm, to select play cards in other ways, random shuffle. It's the fourth quarter. What's left in your playbook? Hardly anything. So simply shuffle the playbook deck and give each coach half the cards. From this, they may select any 15. Or draft. A fair way to allow both coaches to use the same available cards. Tournament rules. Deck building.
That's right, we need to buy Crossfire. Crossfire!
That's the whistle to start the fourth quarter. Both coaches begin with the playbook deck. This should be placed on their deck area of the board face down. Shuffle and put it on your play. Put it right here.
Shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We need to reenact that commercial, though.
You need to reenact the commercial.
I will.
Both coaches should allocate one player, not the quarterback or offensive line, to receive a boost token. Place a boost counter on that player's card. What the fuck? This shit is complex, bro.
It's fourth quarter. It's do or die.
Quick team creation. To start the fourth quarter football, simply use the cards supplied in the box. One coach should have the player cards for the Pirates, the other one should have the Storm. How do I know who's for the Pirates?
Bones. It's just us two. And I'm going to dominate the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but I dominated the quarters 1, 2, 3.
And now this
And
is...
I already had...
Alright,
I already
here's the scenario.
won. You're just doing...
No.
I already won.
The score is 14.
I already won.
14. We don't know
Already
who has the
won.
ball right now. No, that's not how it works.
Here are your players. Here are my players. I got Marcus Fitch, Lawrence Gruggen, Rich Jones, Joshua Hall, Matt Levon Hill, Ian George, Grover Hester, Barry Bass, Alan Calder, Drew Simpson, Ian Addy, Anthony Serenell, the player formerly known as Mouse Cop.
You should need to put on NFL Streets.
You put on NFL Streets.
Okay.
God damn, Joe, man.
What?
I thought this was easier to play than this. Do I have to lay out all the player cards?
What?
I don't want to play if that's the
Team
case.
area.
No,
No?
not on your team area.
This is my
Put
team
it next,
area.
Put it next to those guys, right where you're doing.
Ray Livermore.
I don't know if that's the way. Coin toss. Both coaches roll 2 dice. The coach who wins the toss has a higher total, chooses whether to receive and start offense or to kick or put their defense in. Joe, this game says for the coin toss, we need to roll 2 dice.
Why don't we just do a coin toss? It doesn't feel like a football game. We're doing a coin toss.
Well, do you have a coin? I didn't think so. So now we gotta roll 2 dice.
This game doesn't come with a coin. What the fuck?
Fuck, I rolled a 4. You rolled a 7. 7.
7.
It's not a 7, it's
7.
7. Alright, the coach who wins the toss has a higher total, chooses whether to receive
Just
and
like
start on
Sundays.
offense or to kick and put their defense in. Do you want to receive or kick?
I want to receive.
Alright.
It's for the win.
Place the down flag on the sideline in line with the receiving team's 25-yard line square. 25
Crazy
yards.
replay. No, it is not safe to play Madden.
Alright,
Now.
Joe, you're blue, I'm red. So you want to get to
The end zone.
red,
No,
or you want to get to blue. Okay.
Yes.
So then this is your 25. Where does it go?
play
Put the
mutant
down flag
football league.
sideline between 25-yard line square. Place the first down flag 3 squares towards the end. So 25 right here.
Okay.
And then 5 squares away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess you need to get to the 50. Is that right?
Okay.
Well, wait. That's not 10 yards.
It's not.
That's 20 yards.
Yeah.
You gotta get 20 yards. Place the down flag on the sideline
Why
with the
don't they
receiver
just keep the
25.
rules the
Place
same
the
as
first down flag 3 squares towards. Oh, 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. Well, even that is not correct. 1, 2, 3, right? Because that's 25, 30, 35, 40. Is that 10? That's 15. It would be here. But it doesn't say that. So did they change the rules of football where we need 15 yards?
I mean, for this game?
Set the clip to first down by rotating it until one appears. And place it on 15 to show there are just 15 minutes left on the game clock.
Juliet and Nibby, thank you for both becoming new members of my football team.
So this is a 1. This is first down. Put it on 15. There's 15 games, 15 minutes left. Whistle blows and the fourth quarter begins. Real whistles are optional. But I really want to know if that's the line to gain. Place the first down flag 3 squares towards the defense's end zone. 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. What does it here?
Are we
What
talking
is
about
it here?
this like full square?
Right. Well, here would be 10 yards. Here would be 15. But I can't tell where then do you put it? Do you put it in the middle of the square? Or do you put it on the fucking things? God damn it. Alright, we're gonna go and look at his videos.
We're doing this live. Fourth power, fourth dimension.
Okay, welcome back to fourth quarter football.
Pieces
We're
look
going to be
better
looking
than
at
ours.
running a play here. Now, although I'm going to be playing the defense, I do know what the play is. We're going to run the middle slants play. Who told me that? I looked at the card, which of course is
What the hell is that?
Did his wife just yell at him? I think his wife yelled at him. Who told you that?
I do know what the play is. We're going to run the middle slants play. Who told me that? I looked at the card, which of course isn't what you were doing in the real game, but it's just going to help me explain
Okay, she's mad because he looked at her card.
to Dr. K how we're going to play it through. We have our teams lined up. Now, normally, what you do is you call the play
1,
and then you line your offense up.
3. Is
then
he
the
10
defense
yards?
lines up based on that.
I think it might be
Or
the
we
little
just said-
squares.
Oh, so it's squares, not the thing.
1, 2,
So
3.
so
Right
then
here.
that's what it should be.
Yeah.
It's the squares.
Well, we need them off the field.
Well, I don't know. His don't look off the field.
It
Yes,
has
they
to
do.
be.
Well, then why is it in my fucking team area, Joe? Get your stupid shit out of my team
I
area.
run into that. Get an automatic win. Who told you that?
The hell out of here.
Yeah.
Select play options. The coach on offense draws 2 cards from their playbook. You on offense?
Yes. 1, 2. It's random, right?
Select play. The coach on offense draws 2 cards from their playbook. This will give them a total of 3 play cards from which they can select.
Wait, what?
What?
Draw 2. You should have 3 cards. I'm so confused. I'm not good with quick maths.
Oh, well, earlier they said you should both draw 1 card.
Okay. We missed that step.
Good. So, now you have 3. If they have no cards to draw from, they should shuffle their discard deck and place it face down on the deck area. Call to play. The offensive coach, Joe Lopez, lays 2 cards face down in the play and audible spaces. What?
Where's
Yeah,
the
move this
play?
into the deck.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So you got a play and you got an audible. The card in the play space is the play the offensive coach intends to execute. The card in the audible space is the play the offensive coach thinks, based on the defense's setup, that they may use if the first play looks unlikely to succeed. But you haven't seen my defense.
No, I reset up.
Offense chooses personnel. The offensive coach chooses from their team roster which 7 players are to execute this play and places them on the field so that the defending coach can see who has been selected. Only offensive players may be selected for plays by the offense.
Just to let you know, chat, my coaching record is 1,000,000,000 to 0. Never lost.
You have 0 wins and you have 0 losses, Joe.
No.
No, you have 0 wins and you have 0 losses.
Says you.
So you can still say never lost, but you ain't never
I
won.
like my 1,000,000,000 wins, though.
No, you don't have 1,000,000,000 wins. Joe, select What I tell you to select.
I did. No.
Select 7 players which are going to execute this play.
Okay.
Only offensive. The defensive coach selects from their roster 7 players. Which 7 players are on the field? What?
7.
Did it tell me to deploy my guys? Both coaches should allocate 1 player to receive the boost token. Coach who wants the toss and start on offense, or to kick and put their defense in. So I guess I probably should have already put my defense in.
Yes.
But it's so tiny. They said, put your defense in. Oh, God damn it. Fine, I'll put my defense in. Get my outside linebacker. I'm going to get my free safety, my middle linebacker. My corner, my defensive tackle. Wait, what? I only have 5. I only have 5 cards.
What?
5 defensive player cards.
I have 6.
What is a def?
Wait, I think I have 5.
You have 5.
Yes.
So what the fuck do we do?
BT. What's up?
In the base game, there are 7 players on each side. Some of these players may be substituted if required figures and cards are available. Some players may be on the field, and these are detailed in the... Well, he didn't explain that you have to use both your players on offense and defense, right?
Crazy replay, pretty much. Eagle Slayer. I don't know what's going on yet. So we just make up our own rules.
Joe, that's the whole reason why I bought this, because I wanted to see if somebody could make a good football game. Why don't you just shut up?
Talking to chat.
I'm almost done. Executing a play. Defense. All defensive players are lined up on the defensive side of the ball. The defensive line. Defensive tackles and ends must line up. Linebackers. Defensive backs. Only defensive players may be selected for defensive plays. Joe, how the fuck? No, I'm supposed to set up first. Why don't you get the hell out of here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chad, I get mean when I'm sick.
He's got you covered, Joe. Yeah, we gotta paint. These aren't even the pieces that came with the game, though.
Alright. He didn't even give us enough fucking players to play the fucking game.
You want to borrow some of my players?
I can't believe this shit. Joe.
Yes.
Unless. What's an offensive line? Wait.
What do you mean, what's an offense?
No, I meant like maybe the whole offensive line is 1 card, right?
Yeah, that's what I counted them as, because there's 3 right there, so that's 3.
Oh, sweet.
Is that not right?
Wait, that's the offensive line.
Yes. Are you looking for defensive
Where's
line?
the defensive line?
You ain't get one, son.
Do you have a defensive line?
No.
What the fuck?
Have free safety, middle linebacker, corner, outside, defensive
So
tackle.
does my offensive line count as my defensive line too?
No. It Should.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that would give us 8 players, so that's not right. Because remember, we're only supposed to have 7. But I only have 5 here, Joe. I don't understand how you fucking... What the fuck?
Aunt Scott, we're just trying to look for a good football game.
I want somebody to make a good football game. But how did he not give us enough players to play the game?
No.
Player cards, give
Robert,
details
that would be
about
so
players'
expensive to
moves.
get the license for it, though. So we just have to do some
We
off-road.
have talked to the NFL, or we have talked to
'Cause, like, NFL,
Cryptozoic
you
about
laugh- you
talking
laughed
to
at
the
us.
NFL, and they say it's not worth it because it's too expensive. But if we can find a really good system, I will consider it. Spending money and Kickstarter money.
So far, here's what I like. The board.
Joe, don't make any assessment yet. We haven't started playing. I can already
Nice.
tell you that the game is confusing in terms of what they give you. So that you can agree with. But dive, tackle. What I don't understand is the player card is named after the most famous player on that team, but the stats represent all the players of that position. Does that help? So all the players of that position. Fullback, running back, tight end. Oh, so there will only be 5 cards, right?
Okay.
Because the name is just the most famous player of that position.
Okay.
So there's really only 5 defensive positions, yet there are 7 players on the field. But you see how that's confusing?
Yes.
And nowhere does he say anything like that shit. Alright, so defensive tackles. See, well, he already fucked up his game. Let me set up my...
You going with a 4-3 defense, or you going with a 3-4 defense?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I already picked my play because I had to.
Well, you're supposed to know where my guys are, so I'll let you do whatever.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's whatever comes out of here. It's random.
So I have, 7 guys? I need defensive tackles, cornerbacks, middle linebackers, a free safety, and an outside linebacker. This is not intuitive. So I think what it is you don't always have to pick all 3, middle linebacker, free safety, and outside linebacker. Sometimes you could just choose, middle linebacker and not have a free safety out on the field.
It's dangerous.
I'm a dangerous man. 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, I just want to play. So this is going to be my defense that I just made up.
Okay.
So now you set up yours. You want officially licensed?
Put it in NFL Streets soundtrack.
No. I don't want to listen to crap rap music.
But that was such a good game.
So?
That's some good songs.
You don't even remember any of the songs.
I remember I liked it.
I remember I liked the game, not the song. Alright, executing a play part 2. Setting up the players.
Done.
The center must line up in a square adjacent to the center line and on the line of scrimmage. Did you do that? This means he only has a choice of 2 squares. Did you do that? You ain't listening to me.
Yeah, it's in the line right there.
Okay. On play cards, this player is shown as a cross. The offensive line. The guards are lined up on the line of scrimmage on the squares adjacent to the center on each side. On play cards, these players are shown as an O. The quarterback is lined up on the square directly behind the center.
Yes.
All other skill players may line up in any square on the offensive side of the field. One of those players must be on a square on the line of scrimmage. So you're like in a running formation here? Because you could do this. Okay, fine. Just one of them needs to be on the line of scrimmage. Of these 3 guys? Is that where you want them?
Yes.
Alright. Defense. All defensive players are lined up on the defensive side of the ball. The defense line. The defensive line must be lined up in squares adjacent to the offensive line. Boom, boom, boom. Linebackers. Outside and inside linebackers must line up within 2 squares of the offensive line. What? 2 squares? This fucking bullshit. Linebackers. No, defensive backs. All defensive backs may line up in any square on the defensive side of the ball. Right here and here. Though I guess I'm supposed to set up first so Joe can exploit that little side there. Example, illegal formation. As the play progresses, Coach B notices that Coach A was not lined up in a legal formation. Neither receiver was actually placed on the line of scrimmage. Coach B realizes that they should have pointed this out at the correct stage during the offensive line step, and that nothing can be done now. No, he just says nothing can be done now. He just says that the Coach B realizes nothing can be done.
No!
I'd be like, no, fuck you.
Flag on the play. We haven't even started.
I can't do a whistle, but I can do a...
Loud.
What do you call it? A teeth whistle.
A teeth whistle? You whistle using your lips.
Alright, I am using the bottom of my lip.
You said teeth whistle. Alright. Time for
Executing a play part 3. I just want to play a good football game, goddammit.
No, it is not Ravens and Green Bay. It is, who are you going to be?
I'm being the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, I'm the Saints.
No, you're not. You're green. So, what team is green?
No!
You're the Eagles.
No!
You're the
The
Jets.
Eagles.
You could be the Jets.
I'll be Benny and the Jets. Saturday.
Executing a play. The 2 phases of play. In fourth quarter football, every play, 1 snap, has 2 phases. The initial first 3 steps phase is where the players do exactly what the coaches taught them to do as they fire out of their stances. Then the play moves to the highlight reel phase, where the focus is on the key moves that make the play a success or a failure. Refer to the individual skill sections or the skill check summary sheet as required. You ready, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I don't think you are. The first 3 steps phase. The offense explodes out of their stances, and the defense tries to react to what they believe is happening. Offense goes first. Offensive coach announces whether a play is a run play or a pass play. Is it a run or a pass?
It's a run.
Okay. Roll for the offensive line success. See key skills section and move the players as the role dictates. Roll, see key skills section. Football key skills. Keeping the defense at bay. The offensive line roll. Once a coach has announced whether the play is a pass or a run, they must then see how successful the offensive line has been. To do this, they must make a line run or a line pass skill check using the offensive line skill in run or pass blocking. Alright, it was a run?
Yes.
Alright, roll the 2 dice. Roll it on here. You rolled a 4.
5.
You rolled a 5. Okay, roll of 2. False start. 4 or more under target score. Wait, what's the target score?
This reminds me of 2K.
Well, what's the fucking target score? Give me the play.
Off guard right. Target score does not mention it. Chat, what's the... This game just got more fun when I got a beer.
I want a fucking beer. Somebody give me a beer. What? The target score ain't on here, goddammit.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
What is that card supposed to tell me, Joe?
I don't know. You said pick a play. I picked a play.
Alright, give me your player.
What
Give
play?
me your offensive line.
Oh.
Chris, Mark, and Dalian.
Galleon.
Move is 1-2. Evade is 10. Hands is 10. Run block is 8. And pass protect is 7. So run block is 8. So you rolled a 5. So 4 or more under the target score? No. Under the target score, you needed to roll an 8, Joe. You rolled a 5. Failure. No engagements, Joe.
Well, that's dumb.
You have no engagements. If you rolled above 8, you would have got 1 line engagement, which is one of these markers, which locks that guy forever.
Forever.
4! He's not going home to his wife.
I'm your new wife now, bitch.
That's a good one.
Damn it.
I'm your new wife now, bitch.
So now what? You just blow right by me?
I don't know, Joe. Not gonna be good, though.
Worst movie of 2018. Holmes and Watson is one of the top ones.
I might make a list.
Garbage. It's garbage, son. Alex liked it though. It was weird.
Yeah, Alex is pretty
What a
good, too.
weirdo.
And move the players as the rule dictates. The offensive coach may move each skill, non-offensive line player, up to a short movement distance. See the skills.
I will stab you. Pedialyte and vodka is nice.
I'll stab you. Alright, Joe, move your guys up to your short skill distance.
Well, what's that?
What'd you say to me?
What's that?
What's what? Your short skill distance? Alright, say for example your receiver that's closest to you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
What is his move? Indicates how far the player can move in squares. The first number is for the first 3 steps phase, and the second number is for the highlight reel phase. So what's the first number on the move?
2.
Okay.
Or 3.
Why?
Because that's my...
Split end?
Yes.
And this is your tight end?
Yes.
You're cheating already.
How am I cheating?
How am I supposed to know which one's the
Because
split
I
end?
moved my wide receiver.
Alright, then move. Okay? And then move the rest of the players. You may move each skill player up to a short movement distance, a non-offensive
move
line.
Diagonally?
How am I supposed to know?
you have the rule book.
God damn it. He doesn't put it in an easy to see area. You know what, Joe? We're gonna watch this guy's video because I'm tired of this guy
7.
pissing me off. You're pissing me off.
Touchdown!
Pause everything.
Touchdown!
Pause everything. Joe, get your fucking player out of that end zone.
Oh, he's gonna be there
Right
regardless.
now.
He is going to be
Right now!
Okay, welcome to Fourth Quarter Towers, and this is Andrew coming here to tell you about fourth quarter football. Woo! Yay, awesome. Right, now, Dr. K is here to help us out. Say hello. Hello. And we're going to be looking at the first setup. Now, this is a standard setup for the play. There are a few rules about setting up. The first one is that the offensive line must be in a line at the line of scrimmage. And behind them, or the center player on the offensive line, you have to have your quarterback. But after that, the placement of the other three players is up to you. So you could put your running back behind the quarterback, which is a pretty standard formation, while your two receivers could go either side. One of them could move to one side, one to the other. That's why we call the receivers the flanker and the split end, rather than left wide receiver and right wide receiver.
Okay.
Now, at the moment, this is the pretty...
Shit, I just watch these videos and not his fucking rulebook.
At one end, the split end, who's nearer Dr. K,
Chad, is it annoying for you to watch? Because, like, isn't it an echo or something? Daddy Flanka. Is it alright if we watch it?
Is the tall, rangy receiver who's good at catching downfield. And over here, we have the flanker, who's the rather shorter receiver, but he's willing to take those passes over the middle where he's going to get bammed by the linebackers. Now, that brings me on to the defense. We have the
These are American
tackles.
football terms,
They're
Joe.
those big lumps of guys who are going to stop the run and give the pass rush on the quarterback. Then behind them we have two linebackers. Now these are your tackling machines. They're the ones who make the tackles. They're the ones who hit the pain down on receivers and running backs if they can get to them. But they're not fast, so they're not as fast as the other skilled players. And beyond that we have the defensive backs who are there to cover the pass. Now, these guys have got the speed to keep up with the receivers, but they haven't got necessarily the tackling ability of the linebackers or defensive line. So, that's it. That's a standard setup for us at fourth quarter football. We have the first down marker ready to go, and it's first down and 10. Let's see how we get on.
Wait. What?
It doesn't. I guess it doesn't go in order. The stupid thing should go in order.
Welcome.
Why wouldn't it go in order? What do I need to?
How
hit
does
on
that go to the Super Bowl?
I don't know. It's got on
Fourth
auto
quarter.
Play. What is auto play? Why would it just go to some random shit? Should go. Look, it just goes to the next thing.
Okay.
What?
Welcome to fourth quarter towers, and this is Andrew coming here to tell you offense would play.
Bless you.
Okay, this is Andrew back at fourth quarter towers, and we're now looking at the player cards in fourth quarter football. Yay! Woo! Right now, Dr. K hasn't played this game before, so she's got a couple of questions when she looked at the player card.
So, these are my player cards here. What's this grid?
They look different than ours.
Okay, the grid on the player card represents the 10 to 40 yards out in front of the line of scrimmage. So if I turn the card around this way, you'll see that actually it represents the rectangles that are on the pitch. Now the rectangles are each a 10 yards going forwards and 15 yards across. And they represent an area of the pitch that we can throw to. Now in this case, we have our receiver. And our receiver is, we've got Trust Trey here. Now Trust Trey likes to catch short passes. So when you have a pass that's coming straight over the middle, straight early on, he's going to get a +3 to his catch roll
How come his
just
card's
for being
different?
able to catch from there.
I don't know.
But he's
This
not
is his
somebody
game.
who likes going deep. And he's so if we are throwing something that's 40
you have
yards
Trust Trey?
downfield, it would be a
I don't
-3.
have trust, right?
So if we see this on the board, let's have a look at this on the board. Here I have Trust Fund Trey. And Trust Fund Trey, if he's trying to catch in this area, which he likes to catch to, he would be catching at a +3. But he's not somebody who likes going downfield. So if we put him out here, let's say that's 10, 15 yards from line of scrimmage. So let's move him another zone.
Boy can't
If he's out
catch.
here, he would be at a -3 for catching. He does not catch those deep passes. Now, people ask me about the distances here, that we're only really looking at 40 yards from the line of scrimmage. Well, you can throw further than that depending on the play, but it's interesting to note that the average catch in the NFL is way below 10 yards. So, we've looked at that. That's the passing grid and one of the players. Now, this passing grid comes up again and again. It's on all the player cards, even the defensive ones, because they can influence a play. On top of that, we will also be looking at the play cards next, and the play cards use exactly the same passing grid to allow us to decide how effective a pass will be. So, that was player cards in fourth quarter football.
My guy doesn't like to catch. Like a wide receiver.
He only likes to catch long bombs on the right side of the field, Joe.
Yeah, it's +1. That's it.
He's a split end.
Dang it!
Joe, for the love of God, we're gonna fucking play this game once.
I'm okay. Let us try.
We learn from it, and we take what's good from it, and we take what's bad from it.
Got it.
So, we're here at fourth quarter towers again, and we're just moving on with the game.
But you understand, like, I understand way better now some of these things than
Yeah.
the thing
From
the video.
Because now I could read my cards.
Yeah.
We looked at setup in the previous video, and now we're going to talk about the next step. So, Dr. K, what do you want to find out about now?
So, how do I actually set up a plan?
Okay, so your format, before you even set up your players in
Back up the
different...
camera.
So, those in reserve. So in this case, we're going to keep... Let's see what we've got. At the start of the game, you would draw 3 cards. We're going to do this open. In the game itself, you would not do it open at all. You would be hiding these from your opponent. And we have 3 plays that have been called. Now, these 3 plays would then be what you could select for the actual play that you're going to run. But you don't use all 3. You keep one of those in reserve. So in this case, we're going to keep our red run play in reserve for a later time. In the meantime, the other 2 plays, we have got middle slants, and we have got
Isolate.
QB left. Okay, so we're going to look at one of these to start with. Let's look at the middle slants. Now, the middle slant has the grid, and it also has a quick diagram of the offensive line. Now, on the grid, they're showing that the flanker would get FL, would get +2 if he caught it in that zone. And the SE, the split end, would get +1 in that. Now, then it has other information about the play, but let's look at this on the game board. If I move back to here, and we pick up our flanker, and our flanker needs to go into this zone at some point during the play. If he does, then he will be getting a bonus.
So anywhere in this section.
Anywhere in that zone. So he could be there, he could even end up on the far side of it. But he's got to be on that zone. Now, the split end is going the other way. He's crossing over, because this is a slant pattern, crosses in the middle, somewhere in that zone, exactly. So if he's catching it there, but he doesn't get so much of a bonus because this play is really designed to go to the flanker. He's like your second choice player. Now, when we actually roll to throw this, there'll be a number of things that come in for the pass. There'll be all sorts of things, the number of defenders around, whether any defenders are covering the player, how good the quarterback is at throwing to that zone, and also how good the defenders are at defending that zone. On top of that, though, we like to have coaches run the play as it's called, Because in real American football, the coach does not suddenly just have players improvise all over the place. This is a disciplined sport. So we have a really important rule in fourth quarter football, which is the rule of -3. If you do anything that isn't on that play card, if you start scrambling your quarterback around, or if one of your players tries to go to a different zone,
it's called
then
improv.
their roll to catch the ball will be at -3. That significantly increases the chance of failure
Not all
and
plays
increases the
go
chance of a
according to
critical
plan.
failure, a fumble, an interception. Now, the rule of 3. Now, when Kara has... now, this play is middle slants. We've looked at where the two receivers will go. In this case, the running back does not have a pattern on this, so he's just there for pass protection. Now, it says QB 3-step drop. In this case, that means the quarterback is going to move back 1 square. That's his 3-step drop. Usually at some point the running back will have already moved and the quarterback will move back 1 square. If it said 5-step drop, he would be dropping back a further square. That's usually reserved for those deeper passes when he's trying to hoof it downfield. Now, in the meantime, it also says that it's shoot first. Shoot first means that is a special rule that means on this play the quarterback does not have much time to get rid of the ball. So in the second phase of movement, when the players are moving further, which we'll explain in another video, the quarterback must throw to one of the first 2 players that he moves, and he has to move those immediately.
Shoot first, I don't see
throw to
it.
them immediately.
So Dale
So
said,
you
I'm beginning
cannot
to think
wait for the
football
play
wasn't
to
meant to
develop.
be
This
played
is-
in a board game.
I think. Did he say that? Because that's probably the exact. That is what. You know what? I can make it work, Dr. Evil. I can make it work. Joe,
Yes.
I'm pretty confused.
Same.
Okay, I'm gonna try to play this game since I bought it. But what you need to do is you need the first 3 steps.
Okay.
So you announce whether it's a run or a pass.
You run.
You roll for the offensive line
I
success.
did.
The offensive coach may move each skill player up to a short movement distance. When all players have moved, if it is a run play, the ball must be handed off now. So first, determine where you want to move your non-skill players. So you wanted to have a guy go way out there,
Yep.
even though it's a run play.
Yep.
Okay, where do you want this
You were
guy?
supposed to come and cover me.
Shut up. Where do you want this guy?
Right there.
Okay, where do you want this guy?
Right there. He's
Okay.
gonna get the handoff and take off.
Yeah, but I'll show you what I would do on mine, but we'll wait. And then when all players have moved, if it's a run play, the ball must be handed off now. The offensive coach should then declare the end of their first 3 steps finish. Alright, so what is the ball? I guess there's only 1 yellow chip in the game. So we'll say that the yellow chip is the ball. Right?
Okay.
So the ball is handed off now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I would have done is I would have moved their movement speeds, kept them together,
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
and then hand off the ball.
Well, it says go right, so I have to go right.
Okay, well,
Everything was already set up.
what is his movement before value?
2.
And his?
2.
Okay, so do you want to try that?
Yeah.
1, 2? Or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's see that. It's gonna be a screen. Another screen.
And then you hand the ball off.
Yeah.
Okay. The defense reacts. All unengaged defensive players may move up to their short movement. No tackles may be made in this phase, but players may attempt to cover players. The defensive coach should then declare the end of their first 3 steps phase, and then the highlight phase reel begins. So all unengaged, and you didn't manage to engage any of my players with one of these tokens, which is the reason why I bought the game, because I think this idea is very unique and cool, right? But we'll get to that in a second. So,
Oh, look.
What?
Ball. That's the ball.
He's got the ball. That's clever. See, I like those things.
Okay.
Though I would have made it brown and I would have put laces on it. Anyways, so now I get to move all of my players, each skill. No, all unengaged defensive players. So my corners can move 4. And my defensive tackles can move 1. My outside linebackers can move 2. My free safeties 2. And my middle linebackers 2. But I don't know what I put out here. That's the problem.
Well, yeah.
See, if this game would have gave you 1 card for each player, it would play much better. Alright, so I'll just say that my corners are these guys on the outside.
Quick bands. Ain't no red zone here.
And you know what? No free safety. I'm just using middle linebackers, I guess. I don't fucking know. So corners. These guys can move up to 4. Well, I'm gonna fucking tackle you. Was that right here? Oh, right here. 1, 2. Well, now I'm in your zone of whatever. I think there's a zone of control. Each player has a contact area. This is the area around a player where they can bump, hinder, grab, push, or otherwise engage an opposing player. This area consists of the 8 squares that are adjacent. A player will always have this unless they are engaged, they are prone, they are carrying the ball, they are covering a player. So I would have to move through that. Let's see how the hell do we do this. Avoiding contact, the evade skill. Over the field, players need to avoid contact with the opposition. This could be a defensive lineman trying to avoid the attention of a nose tackle or a flanker trying to get around the cornerback on the line of scrimmage. To represent this, the player must make an evade roll. Failure may slow them down. If an active player needs to move from 1 square to an opponent's in a contact, if an active player needs to move from 1 square in an opponent's contact area to another square covered by the same player's CA, they must roll an evade skill check. A player may make any number of evade skill checks during their activation. A player may continue to move after an evade check if they still have movement available. The Pirates flanker, Bailey Erskine, begins his activation in the CA of the Storm's middle linebacker. Okay, I think I understand. I'm gonna go 1. I'm not in his engagement area. Because his engagement area is right here, here, and here. Right? 2, 3, 4. And that would go in his engagement area. It wouldn't exit. What's up, man? You back in the country? Oh, cool.
Joe,
Welcome
what's
back.
up?
How you been?
All this for just... Yes. We're just, testing it out. Flippy Mister.
Oh, jeez.
I am, like always.
Yeah. Okay, you unpainted UTS? Okay. Yeah, we can go to retail. That's interesting. Okay, and then I guess I just had some questions to follow up. What about Dragon Ball Z, USopoly, or some other company? Yeah.
Stuffy 50.
Yeah.
It's going not so good. This game is a little bit more complex than we anticipated for.
So hold on. Let's not, before we jump to Mortal Kombat, So DBZ, you're just gonna you're getting a meeting with the CEO.
Joe Foley.
Okay, met in person already.
Cyberpunk, of course. Don't talk to chat. Go to a different room. We're streaming. Sorry, everybody quiet. No more typing. He's on the phone. So, what do you guys think of the game so far? Are you liking it? What are your dislikes and likes? Mistress, will you make a cheesecake factory? A cheesecake strawberry one. Because they're pretty good. And I like the strawberry cheesecake factory. Secrets! Yeah, Alex, you can't, you don't know about these meetings going on over here.
Okay. And then, okay, so we got that.
Well, the green team is not even supposed to be here. Neither is the blue team. These are the pieces, but they're not very good.
CBS, Star Trek. Okay, are you gonna send out another email or? Okay. So I guess the only for sure way to get a hold of them is every time they do go.
Crazy replay, just something fun. How about that?
That was.
And not so complex.
Okay, and then let's see, and then Gundam. Yeah.
I don't know. Sequels are usually not as good, so
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about the Lego Movie. No, this is not Blood Bowl. This is fourth quarter.
But you're talking as if that's gonna happen. Well, the agreements are in place because you've already paid for the license, or
Lone
you
Star
haven't
Wolf,
paid?
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Well, what I was thinking is
Back in middle
Universal Century Gundam, but if you were thinking, Iron Blood Orphans or whatever, is that not
I
included?
don't know if he
Universal
cares,
Century?
Alex. I don't know.
Oh, I see.
Maybe we could play a different game, right? So we might need to do some more research on this.
All right. Well, we've been cranking away at both Star Trek and Gundam. The pirate game is pretty much in a finished state, and that one could just launch at any time. We were holding that so that we could figure out what's going on with Mortal Kombat and DBZ. But for Mortal Kombat, I think by the time our Mortal Kombat comes out, you're gonna have MK11 already on the market because that comes out April 23rd or
Mistress,
something
that
like
would be a dream
I
team.
could probably get it maybe a week early.
I wanna
start
try some,
working on
your
of the
desserts.
characters. But here's what I was thinking.
I love
Did you
desserts.
see the email? The email that I replied with your Mortal Kombat question. So the roster gets put into jeopardy, but I think I saved it to where we don't really have to change much. We'll just do Mortal Kombat exactly how we did Street Fighter. You know how Street
Chips
Fighter
Ahoy,
has 4
no.
different
I'm
expansion
sorry about that,
sets,
man.
in addition to the stretch goals. So now, with
God
the
damn it,
short
Titan, you and your
break,
pies.
so we just do the same exact thing that we did for Street Fighter for Mortal Kombat, and we make MK11 one of the packs, MK10 one of the packs, and these are 4 characters. So they would have to be the 4 most popular characters from each of those franchises. And then the other 2 packs, you would do a ninja pack, and you would do an assassin's pack or femme fatale pack for the female ninjas. And the top 4 popular characters there. So that'll get you 4 times, 4. That's you get it. Hold on, actually, yeah. And then what we would do instead of
what, Dr.
going
Evil?
for Mortal
I
Kombat
don't know what
out in
else.
front, you would do Mortal Kombat out.
Yeah, so,
Mortal Kombat,
it's about food, huh? I'm pretty hungry.
Mortal Kombat. No, it's just Mortal Kombat.
Alex, when's the last time you did pastries? And do you know how to make cheesecakes? Because if that's the case, when you get back, we need to make one. Because I'm craving some.
They wanted each box set would have to be a specific numbered Mortal Kombat.
I had
So we
pizza
would
too many
sell
times this
out in
week. I'm
front
tired of
the
pizza.
Mortal Kombat 9 set, since it is the most sort of Mortal Kombat-ish.
Blue Apron. No, I don't use Blue Apron. But where I live, nobody delivers food. So unfortunately, I can't use any delivery
Yeah,
service.
that was one of my favorites, if not my
I live
favorite.
out in the
So you
boonies.
have, the only thing we would need to change is we'd pull out Cassie Cage, we'd swap in Kano or Reptile
Yes, sir,
in her
guy.
slot,
My
and then pull Cassie Cage and put
leftovers.
her
It was
into
delicious.
the MKX pack, and then the only thing, go ahead. She is. Yeah, we would have to reorder.
Taco Loco.
We would have to definitely reorder new
Welcome.
cover art.
This is halftime, basically. Although we were playing the fourth quarter, this is halftime. So yeah. OJ Booty, yeah. That's basically where I live. Ask Joe when he gets back how many times he has visited me at my place. 0. Daily ab workout start on Monday. My core is so weak. I need to though. Nobody paid for the good halftime commercials. You guys have any? Crazy replay, that does sound pretty cool though. Pop that up. Yeah. Switch on over. Pull up chat. And then NFL. Street soundtrack. That should kill some of the silence. Oh, god damn it, I forgot this. Alright, now this is the halftime show. This is better, right? JR the Bear, welcome. I think we'll probably play 10 more minutes of this game, hopefully. And then we'll switch on over to something else, an actual game. Is what I'm hoping for. Because, I have not yet purchased my guitar. That is my goal for this year.
And skip out
I will
on
get myself a
MKX
guitar
and 11.
and learn at least a couple songs.
Yeah, I think we can definitely drop that pledge now. And I don't have any concern about dropping it.
Yeah. Not really feeling it. Don't like this.
Development is a little concerning with Mortal Kombat because
Electric or romance? I'm gonna combine both. How about that? Electric romance. The only thing I can play is myself, I suppose. Damn it, mistress. I haven't seen anything on Anthem.
Work on putting down the art. So
I've heard mixed things about it though. Personally, I haven't seen anything, but I don't know. Just looks like a kind of like a Destiny, getting kind of Destiny vibe. Lone Star Wolf 26, thank you so much for subscribing with us. I don't know. Might be a secret. We shall see what happens. I literally don't know what the fuck this game is. Mistress, you played the alpha. Can't say anything about the game, but I was not impressed.
okay.
You have to sign an NDA. I think Dell did too. Yeah, he was about the same with you. He wasn't very impressed.
Did you change the Chun-Li skull? But it doesn't look any different, does it? Changed her face?
Canadian hoser, no. That's not what it is.
Oh, where, yeah, her kick is a little high and now it's straight. You know what? That doesn't bother me. I wanted to retain this look as much as possible, so I'm happy that we retain a lot of it. So they change their mind and then change their mind again? Well, that's good. Alright. But what about the art, though? Because we have over
yes.
1,400 cars, something like that.
I don't know what the purpose of that was, but there you go. Brownies! It's gonna be coming soon-ish. And it's gonna be great. Best believe that. I'd rather have him as my fucking running back. What do you guys want us to play next? Yeah, the NDAs were pretty stupid. They're trying to hide something. I don't trust you. Play some Warhammer. Maybe. Fuck that. We are not gonna play Madden 19. Game's trash. Maybe Mutant Year Zero. Mutant Football League. I think he also mentioned Dynasty Warrior 9. Because we need to get some footage on that. Because he's going to be working on the top 10 list this weekend. So it should be coming out next week. Don't quote me on that. But I'm hoping it'll be next week. He's working on it this weekend. No, I will never fucking play a Duck Dynasty game ever. What? Fictional serial killer mystery box? What? No. What is that?
And like I said, we could just finish off all the things.
Yes, there are 10 games. We actually had we cut it down. We had 13 or 14 games that were going to be on the list. Obviously, we had to cut it down to top 10. Fuck Quiet Man, that was so bad.
Okay.
The next Quiet Man would be the Blind Man. It's gonna be nothing but sounds. What type of game is OG best at? I would say a little bit of everything. No, there's not gonna be one of those, Slick Roy. See, I'm very good at stealth. I'm very good at puzzles. I'm very good at, first-person shooters, sports games, RTS, zombies. Zombies are my jam. I usually dominate on those.
When we're ready and we have some prototypes ready and we can play the game.
Ouija board games? I might be good at it. I don't know. I would never really try it. Canadian Hoser. I don't know what happened to Star Citizen. When is that even supposed to be officially out? I don't know. I don't know how long it's been. Never. Probably.
No, I haven't read it, but now that it's up, I can probably make a video out of it.
Oh yeah.
Now,
It's pretty good
should I make a video and say, hey, if you want to buy the game now, buy it, or would that put a flood more orders and fuck things up? Okay. All right. Well, I just needed to know that. So that
Left 4 Dead, does that count? That kind of counts. That was a fun one. Nicholas, Star Citizen should look amazing with all the money they have. So I would hope that's a 10 out of 10 when it comes out. But I'm not gonna put any money into it. I think Joe did when it first came out. No, we don't get snow here in Texas. Maybe once every 5 years we get some kind. But we rarely get snow. They release Elder Scrolls early. They better not, because it's gonna be so buggy, and I don't want it to get ruined. I'd rather them take their time with it. Early access release. Don't even joke about that. Fucking horrible. Aliens. Pass on that. What have you been doing, Canadian hoser? Like, are you just gathering stuff the entire time?
Yeah, and get them prototypes in. And then how long do you think it'll take to get those prototypes in? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. But we'll need prototypes for everything eventually.
See, that's why when I
Alright.
first saw Atlas, I was thinking this would be a cool pirate game.
Alright, man, I'll let you go.
I didn't
then.
know it was going to be another survival.
So,
Because like you said, you were watching Dell gather things for 5 hours. It's not... That's not a game for me. I'd rather do something. Jamora. What's up? That's why whenever I play with Dell, I'd rather have him gather everything, and then we can go on an adventure and have some fun that way. I don't want to do the gathering. I'd rather have the ship already made for me. That'll be fun. Oh, hey!
Round 0.
And it feels
You
sweet.
playing all this copyright music, Joe? The hell are you doing? NFL Street 2?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Everything good.
Yes, everything is excellent. Just making money moves. And licensing and stupid shit like that. We got a big update on the Street Fighter miniatures game that we posted, so I'll have to make a video on that later. But I'm trying to get this game working. I feel like giving up.
Yeah, that's what I was telling chat. I was like, maybe 10 more minutes.
Yeah, I feel like giving up.
Maybe, because we need to actually sit down and look at this later. Off stream.
No, not even that.
Not even that. We need to take some components, maybe.
Oh, to do my own NFL?
If you were to,
I
yeah.
do want to do my own at some point.
Time out. Halftime's over, guys. Oh, we're in fourth quarter.
Goblin team dissect? Damn
Like,
it.
we just want to run one play. Let's just do one play.
That's what I'm trying to do. What do you mean? You get to do the play? Fuck you.
Looks like you're going to tackle me in the backfield, so it's going to be a shit play anyways. So you moved.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I moved all of my... Oh, and these defensive guys can move too, because they're not engaged.
Engage.
They can only move one. It just It just plays very slowly. It's because football is a very complex sport. I don't envy this guy. I don't blame him or anything because this shit is fucking hard. And I've tried many times to make a football game, and it is really rough. I mean, you have to abstract it like Blood Bowl. But the thing that makes Blood Bowl fun is the cheating and like the fantasy elements. You don't have none of that shit in real football. And so then it becomes boring and bland. But what you could do is you could try to put in some kind of Gatorade and fucking crowd excitement and that kind of stuff. But as you could tell, I mean, it's pretty complex with only 7 players out on the field rather than 11.
It's fourth quarter.
And it's only fourth quarter.
Not a full game.
This shit is crazy, man. Maybe it only works as a card game. Maybe we should just, instead of being so tactical and so zoomed in, we zoom out. Remember Blood Bowl Team Manager?
Yes.
It's one of our favorite games. I think you can make a NFL Team Manager. The only problem with Blood Bowl Team Manager is there's a lot of fun and cheating, but you can't really cheat in the NFL.
So
what would you replace the cheating?
Burn. You have a card that says Bill Belichick. You can steal your opponent's plays.
Fuck. I want to see how his game works. Because if it works here, then I can at least
in a book.
Then I can at least play it in my head here.
Okay.
Is a play that's got to be immediately executed. Finally, it also says about formation or form. At the moment, it says any. Now that means that later on, if you wish to expand your team, you could have other player positionals in this play. Though they would still need a flanker or a split end to get the bonus. You wouldn't need both of them, but you definitely need one of them so that they could run this play. You might want to go with a slot back, or later on, if we develop a fullback player, you might want to use him.
Fucking hell.
With players where they would standard positions would be. Now, in this case, we have the ball sitting behind the centre. The reason we set it up there, that ball counter, is that it's much easier to move once you get started, so it's a bit of a conceit to the game. Normally, of course, in the real game, the player would have the ball in front of him, the centre. Now,
that centre is so well done.
he's already done it. He's already snapped the ball. Now, well, we set the game up into 2 different phases. The first phase is when we call the first 3 steps, and that is when your players are doing those first few movements that has been drilled into them for this play. Meanwhile, the defense is making that very quick read what's happening and try and react
it's a
to it
solid
straight
idea.
away. So what we do in the first phase is we move all the players, or we have the players do something.
This is probably about
After
as best
that,
as you can
we then go
make
into the
it.
highlight phase when our players move one at a time, offense, defense, because that's really
It's gonna be
nobody
hard.
cares what the wide
Oh, it's
To
receiver
get a
does.
it's
target
only offense,
audience.
defense?
Who's gonna be the
I thought it
target
was all the
audience
play-
though?
Coming this
I
way.
thought it was
If you
all the players.
imagine,
What'd you say?
it's
Who's gonna
like
be
the
the
camera
target
in a real
audience?
game of American football. It starts
Football
with
players,
the wide angle of
yeah,
the team,
155
but then
people,
if it's
Joe.
a sweep left,
They would-
it comes
they would
focusing
rather
in on the
play
running back. Okay?
Madden
If
or
it's
something
a
else
pass,
on the
it will
board
suddenly
game.
look at the
155
quarterback
people.
and then pull away to
That's
see
hard.
what's happening over here. It will look one at a time. It won't focus on all the players, and we play it just like that.
That's why the card
So
game
the first thing
makes
you've
more
got to do on
sense.
this play, Dr. K, is we have got to roll for how successful your offensive line were at pass protecting for this play. Because the first thing you have to announce, you don't
That's
have to
what
show
you
me
did,
the
Joe. You
play.
failed.
You do have to say whether it's a run or
You
a pass.
failed.
Or
You
whether it's a
failed.
pass.
It's a pass.
Are you sure?
No.
Yes, yeah, it's a pass. Middle slant, yellow background of your card is a pass. So, where you will check against your offensive line, if you look down for your offensive line are represented by 1 card, and that card covers all 3 of them. Right in the middle there, because that's it. So, your offensive line have a pass protect of 7. So, now, that's your success score. That's the score you have to make, your target score. So, if you roll 2d6, 2 dice, and try and get more than 7. Okay, now this is what happens in a real dice demonstration. We're not going to do this, we've got a 4. Now, that means that your offensive line have not succeeded. But because their score is at least is within 4 of their target, so they haven't gone under 4 for
So
their
she
target.
failed just
or
like
more.
you did.
They have at least not done something terrible.
Don't need to remind
So
me
what's
again.
happened now is they should have been.
It's
blocking,
exactly how you failed.
all of these guys. Now, for the purpose of
So this is perfect for our
demonstration, we're going to
purposes.
pretend that roll was a 7.
What?
Okay, so can we flip
What?
one of the dice to
We're
make
gonna
it a
pretend
7?
mine's a
No.
seven.
That one I've told- Oh, it's a 7! Woo! Right, so they've actually done something. Now, in this
Cheers.
case, with all rolls, if you make
Cheater.
the success roll, you have a minor success. If you make 4 more than your success roll, you have a major success. And if you roll a double 6, you have a critical success. Conversely, if you get 4 less, you have a failure. Minor failure if it's under your target score. 4 less means a major failure. And if you get a double 1, snake eyes, we are on to critical failures, which means probably the end of your drive. Now, in this case, we have managed to get a 7. That means, Dr. K, if you take this counter, that's an engaged counter. That means one of these defensive linemen has been picked up by one of these offensive linemen. And you can choose.
Who is
Hey,
subscribing?
Red Rum. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Why are you subscribing, Red Rum? This does not deserve your support. You know, I guess we're just hanging out and you're being generous, so that I could thank you for. But
Maybe he likes football.
maybe.
Football.
I doubt it. Alright, but I understand what's happening here. So in Blood Bowl, Joe, it's cool because you're rolling for each individual character, and so it feels like, oh, this guy sucks or this guy's good,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But here, you're rolling for the whole line, and that's why you did that. And then you either get 1 engagement or maybe 2 engagements.
You want to get shit.
1 engagement, 2 engagements, or 1 player may make a free square move, then engage. And then if you roll 2 6s, 1 engagement and 1 player may make a free move, or 3 engagements.
Is there any pancakes?
Nope.
Damn it.
Which is kind of bullshit. I mean, that's the cool shit in Blood Bowl, because remember, if you roll that bad result, they get knocked down. I mean, that's the whole thing in football, is getting knocked down and then getting up again.
I get knocked down.
I knew you were going to do it. That's
But
why I
I get
said
up
it like
again.
that.
Choose which one you're going to pick up. Now, that's a good choice because you can see that the defensive lineman on that side has been engaged now, but as your running back has actually shifted over slightly to the left on this play, then he's going to be able to pick up any blitzes on that side. Now, that engaged counter means that that player is not going to be able to move in this first phase. And he's basically out of the play. He's engaged. He's not doing anything. Now we're going to start moving our players about. So, your quarterback, now if you remember from the play, your play said he had to make a 3-step drop. Now he has a maximum movement of 2 in this section, so a drop
2.
back. Now he can drop back directly back or just slightly at an angle, a 45-degree angle, but he was fine. That's good. That's good. Let's go with that to start with. And the ball comes with him. Otherwise it's just been left in the centre's hands. Hey. So we now have the quarterback has made his drop back. Now we're going to look at these 2 receivers. The first one over here, our flanker, he has got a movement of 3 in this section. So again, this is the first 3 steps as he powers out to start heading towards his zone. It's not enough to get him to his zone yet, but we're going to see how he gets on. Now, players can move 1 square for each of their movement. You maybe want trust in any phase. And he gets a 5. So, the 5 isn't so good. He hasn't quite made it. Now, what square he won't. So, he's moved 2 so far. You've got his last movement left. Okay, now, you're now evading that linebacker. Okay, so he's really trying to go through the middle at the moment.
Yep.
He's treading a thin line. So we're going to roll against that linebacker. See, for his evade scores 6, and he gets a...
Alright. The rule book isn't very clear, but it says it's evading, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
If an active player needs to move from 1 square in an opponent's contact area to another square, covered by the same player's contact area, that's when they roll the evade skill check. So what that means is that when I moved here, I purposely avoided, there's no engagement here. So these 3 spaces are this player's contact area, right? So by going around, I never had to deal with his contact area, and I moved in to 1. But from the rules, I don't have to make an evade roll because it says moving from one contact area to the next, you see? Which has me confused because that's not how it is in Blood Bowl. Because let's say now I try to move out, then you would get an opportunity attack in Blood Bowl. But in here, you don't. It just says when you move from one to another. So what I would have had it done is do there, and then that's when I would have rolled the first time. Then I would have had to roll a second time because I'm going from one into another. Do you see what I'm saying? But that's how I have to play it because that's how he wrote it in the rules. Now, if he intended it a different way, then it's too bad. So I'm moving into his contact zone and his contact zone, but I'm not moving out of it. So I'm fine. So now I'm going to make the tackle roll. And I'm going to try to tackle that guy with the ball.
What do you got to get?
Well, I'm going to look the tackle skill check. And he's a corner. I'm sure these corners are not very good at tackling. Tackle is a 7. So
how is he not good at tackling? My linebacker's a 6. My middle linebacker's a 5.
how are let me look at my linebackers. My linebacker is a 5. My linebacker is a 6. So these corners can tackle better than linebackers? That doesn't make sense. So what are linebackers better at?
Sacks.
Joe, I don't want to know about that kind of stuff.
That's about it. Number 6.
No, they're not. No, they're not, Joe. Look at this middle linebacker. Is a sack 6, sack 8. My corner is a sack 9. Wait, is higher or lower better?
I think it might be better because you have to roll under, right? Wait, no, I don't know.
Wait a minute. The whole game breaks. Because what does it matter what the score is?
My brain
No,
hurts.
it's a target number, Joe. That's the target number.
Okay.
And under the target or over the target. So under is unsuccessful. Over is successful. So the lower the number, the better. Okay, so we were wrong. So linebackers are better at tackling. See what I'm saying? The higher the number, the worse it is, Joe.
Okay.
So tackle is 7.
7 and above.
So I gotta roll 7 and above.
Missed.
5. I missed. But
Alright, what's my trucking?
under target score, tackle unsuccessful. Results. Unsuccessful tackle. The tackle didn't work. The defender didn't get his arms wrapped around the target. The play carries on.
No, not today, sir.
So you got lucky. Okay, so then...
What do you use, a trucking stick?
So I am now done with my first 3 steps phase. So now it goes into the highlight reel phase. Now play focuses on the key actions of the play. Offense goes first. The offensive coach selects one player and may move them up to their full movement allowance and allows them to attempt any legal actions. The quarterback may pass the ball to any offensive player, not lineman, once the pass action has been executed or the coach has declined to make the pass. At this moment, the play moves to the defense. Well, you've already handed off the ball, right?
Yes.
So you may move one player up to his full movement allowance, which now we know that is the second number in the highlight reel phase.
Okay,
So who's your running back?
I'm going to use this one.
You're only doing one player? Okay. So go ahead and move that guy. Okay, so you're gonna move him one player and may move them up to their full movement allowance. This and allows them to attempt any legal action. So I guess you're gonna what?
Block.
Block or
Oh
something?
shit!
What?
It's a 10. There's no way I'm gonna get it.
Well, where's the block action? Keeping the defense at bay, the offensive line roll. Making a pass.
I'll make a pass.
Avoiding contact.
Sup, ladies?
Tackle. Forcing a way through, the engage skill check. Engaging blocking players is the art of stopping a player doing anything other than fight it out with you. So that's what you're doing. There are three main types of engagement: zone blocking, drive blocking, blocking for pass protection. Alright, so roll your engagement or blocking, whatever.
I'm not gonna make it.
What is it?
It's a 10.
You rolled a 10.
The fuck is that?
That's a 6.
Holy shit!
You did it. So you engage this player.
Engage.
So now my player can't do anything. So congratulations, Joe.
What?
Forced. Target player. Wait a minute. Target score
What
or
hour to
over.
play 2-minute drill? My keys.
The engaged player falls over. Free movement. Successful engagement. Whether it was a blasting block or brilliant footwork, it doesn't matter. The target player is engaged. Placing engagement. Forced. The players block so well that they are pushed backwards. This is a zone or a drive block depending on the team blocking style. The defensive coach may move the target 1 square away from the direction of the block or in any direction away from the direction of the block. They are also deemed to be blocked successfully. Placing engagement counters. You can move me 1 space. Well, Joe, you're moving me into my guy, so that's not
Can I-
legal.
Boo.
So push me back 1 space, I guess, and then put your guy in this space. Damn it. May move the target 1 square away from the direction of the block, drive block, or in any direction apart from away from the direction of the block. Zone block.
Best block would be E Honda. Salvio, hairless Joe is cheating. How am I cheating?
Damn it. Alright. So now that you got that, you chose to use that guy instead of the guy with the ball. Defense reacts. The defensive coach selects 1 player and may move them up to their full movement allowance and allow them to attempt any legal actions. Then play passes back to the offense and this phase repeats. Any player may move more than once during the highlight reel phase, but may not make consecutive moves. The highlight reel phase continues until the player with the ball is tackled, a fumble is recovered, the ball carrier falls over, or a player with the ball moves into a square in the opponent's end zone, or a player catches the ball in the opponent's end zone. Okay, I think the game is becoming more clear now to me, now that we're like forcing our way through it. So the highlight phase, I could do shit again. So I'm going to try to tackle you again with my corner over there.
7 and above.
No. 7 and above.
I think he should not be able to.
Okay, that's a 9. So I definitely did 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I don't do critical success or anything. Force. Target player moved 1 square. Force. The player is impeded in some way. Their forward progress is foiled. The defensive coach may move the target 1 square in any direction. They are also deemed to be tackled successfully.
Can I evade?
No.
Boo. I don't think he should get 2 moves. He missed his first tackle. He should be on the floor.
No, he's not Well, you should have moved your guy first. He wasn't engaged. So, play continues until the ball carrier falls over. Executing a play, part 4. After the play. If the offense didn't score, move the clock 1 square. If it is on 1 before moving, the game is over. If the offense failed to make the required yards to pass the first down marker, increase the down number by 1. So you go to second down. Move the plays to use to the discard pile. Move your plays used, those 2 plays, into the discard pile. I don't see a discard pile, but just put it off to the side. And then we go again. But before we go again, let me check to see if we've done everything right. Playing a season, creating a team, no. Post-match sequence, allocating training points, areas of training, skill improvements, the end. Pass, evade, skill checks, highlight reads, center, pre-game, executing a play, part 1. The coach on offense draws 2 cards from their playbook. This will give them a total of 3 play cards from which they can select. Do you only have 2? Or do you have 3?
3.
Okay. You put 1 into the play and put 1 into the audible. The offensive coach lays the cards down in the play and the audible. But see, the coach who wins the toss puts their defense in. But that's in the pre-game preparation phases when he says to put the defense on the board. But when you go to executing a play, he never says to put the defense on the board. Do you see what I'm saying?
See.
Setting up the players. Offensive go first and then defensive go first. Doesn't make any sense.
5. So, the 5 isn't so good. He hasn't quite made it. Now, what happens is you lose 1 movement in the first phase if you fail the roll. So, although he doesn't fall over, there's not a major failure because it's only 1 under his target score, we are looking at the fact that he's lost a movement. Now, he moved into there, that was his 3rd movement, wasn't it? So actually that means, oh no, he goes back to there. He never actually managed to slot through these guys. Now, over on the other side of the field, we have the other receiver, the split end. Now, he's being marked right up at the line of scrimmage by the defensive back. That defensive back is doing that to make him roll an evade roll and try and slow him down right at the start of the play. So we're going to have to make a note to see what his evade is. What is his evade?
His evade is 7.
7. Okay, so he's not quite as good as evading as the other receiver because that's not quite his job. He's the guy who goes deep. He's not so interested in dodging past people over the middle. Okay, off we go.
Okay, please be nice.
Okay, we didn't quite make it there, so his movement is reduced by 1, so he can still move 2. But if he can...
But you see what I'm saying, Joe? So can you take this rule book and look at the bottom of the quick start play guide? You see that? Yeah, that page. If you look at the bottom, so it says something like, what does it say at the bottom?
After each play?
After each play.
Discard cards from the play and audible boxes. Move the clock, adjust the markers, and clip as necessary. Carry on, play football.
See, that step right there where he says carry on, play football, should have said what we need to do for second down. He never talks about second down. So you would think that you would go and restart, right? So go to the top. What does the top say?
The quick start guide. Choose a team. That one?
Yeah.
Choose a team. Take the appropriate player cards. Select the player cards from the chosen team. See pre-game preparations, a playbook.
So we've already done that.
Toss a coin.
So we've already done that. Or does he want us to do that every single time? See how he doesn't specify? Okay, keep going.
That's weird. Okay. Then we got the offense draws to have 3 cards in their hand. That
Okay.
chooses 1 to intend to play, 1 as an audible, save 1 for later.
Okay.
Offense sets 7 players up, so I gotta set it up first.
Okay, it sounds like you set up first.
Yeah, it is. Then you go.
And then what's it saying?
And
Then
then
defense
you.
sets up?
Yep.
Okay. So the only time
Well-
defense sets up is at the beginning of the game, right? The offense draws their 3. The offense sets 7 players. The defense sets up with their defense adjacent to follow each stage of play. Okay. I get to see what you do.
Okay.
You're set up?
Yep.
Now I'll set up. I'm not gonna use any. I don't know. You can't differentiate between the linebackers. Higher the number, better. Lower the number, better.
Lower.
All right, I'm not gonna play any middle linebackers. I mean, outside linebacker, defensive tackle, corners. Can we even do that? Well, first things first. I better set up my defensive line.
Yes, you have to place.
Sets up with their DTs adjacent to the OL. Linebackers within 2 squares of the OL. DBs where needed. So there's those are the defensive tackles I just set up. Now I guess outside linebackers. What doesn't make sense. Because there's 2 outside linebackers.
Go boys!
Alright, linebackers are gonna be the guys with the
claws.
Oh wait.
Those guys have claws.
Damn it. They're gonna be the guys with the fucking. They're gonna be these guys. I need to be within 2, and that's within 2. Now, corners.
Johnny, this is 4th quarter. Do or die. Ready?
Ready,
What?
I think we know how to play now.
42, 75, 9s. Put
6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
What
Success.
is your offensive line?
Success.
Well, what is it?
It's a 7.
Because I need to know if it's 4 or more. It's not. So you get 1 engagement.
Boom.
Okay. 1 engagement. Now we do what? Offensive coach announces whether the play is a run or a pass. You were supposed to do that first, I think. Is it a run or a pass?
It's post. Corner.
Is it a run or a pass?
Pass.
Okay. Roll for offensive line, success and effect. You already did that. Offensive coach moves skill players up to his short movement distance. So, the first number, skill players, go.
Do I have to do my evade?
Where?
because
Yeah.
we're like matched up.
You will have to evade, yeah. So who are you doing first?
7 and above.
Don't point to that card. That doesn't mean anybody.
This guy right here.
Okay.
These two. 7 and above. Got it.
Okay, so but you got almost a massive success, right? So what does that mean? Evade 4 or more over the target. Did you do 4 or more over the target? That's 11.
Yes.
Okay, move 1 free square. Okay, and then what's his short movement
3.
value? Alright. Now, do you get to keep going? You only made 1 because you were in my area, then you in there, and then you went into my area again, and then you left my area. So I need to see, do you make 2 checks or do you just make a single check?
I'll go on the outside.
Because I think you're about to burn me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we seeing a potential touchdown?
Let's see if he can even catch the ball.
Are we seeing a potential touchdown? A player may make any number of evade checks during their activation. A player may continue to move after an evade check yeah, you have to keep evading. Because remember in his example, he was evading.
So evade again?
So
let's just take the other route.
You get 1 free move.
Outside.
So then you do.
Ah.
So that was the the evade. And then you have 3 spaces.
Yes.
So actually what you can do is move out so you don't have to move back into it.
Okay.
Into my engagement. So 1 free move and then 1, 2, 3. Or you can come back in.
No, I'll do that one right there.
Okay, so that is
Got a breakaway, Chet!
perfectly legal.
Wide open!
We did it correctly. Guys getting open now.
He says, throw me the ball!
Ugh. Move your skill players. You got 4 other skill players.
Okay, so now I'm doing Bailey. Evade is 6. 7.
You succeeded. Evade. Evasion successful.
So then he moves 3.
So that, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You get 2 other players. You get this player and that player.
I'm gonna drop back so I can pass.
Let me see your passing card. Does it require that you drop back?
It says drop a 5-step drop.
2B, 5-step drop. God damn. So I think you have to do that. Drop back. The quarterback must have dropped back the required number of squares. If they have not, there is a -3 modifier. So drop back 5 squares. Two squares?
Yeah, that's how he did it.
It's a 5-step drop.
It's a line. 4 or 5, so it's like 2 squares. That's how he did it in the video.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. The yellow disc shows a 3-step drop and the green disc shows a 5-step drop. 5-step drop is only 2 spaces back. 3-step drop is a 1-step back. But you see these terminologies, a gamer minded, he would only just say, move back 1 square. Move back 2 squares. Okay, ready? So you did that. So now... Pressure on the quarterback. Any unengaged defensive player who is adjacent to the quarterback causes -1 modifier. Pass bonus of the target receiver. So you're okay. Pass bonus. Is there a bonus for that receiver catching in any square in that zone?
In that zone, like he does have a bonus, but I don't know how far he has to be. I think he's in that range.
Well, if we put the field like that, he has -3, -3, 1, -1, -1. So
Yeah, he's on this side. He's on the left.
He's in a -3.
No, he's on the left.
Okay, so then in that case, this is a +0, +0. He's in a +1.
Yes.
Okay, so he's got a +1. Coverage. If one player is covering the target player, this causes a -3 adjustment. If two or more players causing -5 adjustment, there is no negative adjustment. There's only a positive. Zone coverage modifier. If a defensive player is in the same zone as the target player, they may apply any negative modifiers from the player card for that zone, unless they are covering the player.
Yeah, do I get... What is that?
No. You have a special pump fake, but I don't really need that.
But don't I get another +1 because of this?
Why is it +1? Is he 4 out there?
Yeah. Isn't it?
No, he's not.
Ah. Is there
1,
one
2,
more?
3. If a defensive player is in the contact area of the target but not covering the player, this causes a -1. Alone in the zone. If none of the above defensive modifiers for coverage apply, then the pass receives a +3, whichever zone they are in, even if the target receiver is not in their correct zone. Although this will be cancelled out by the rules of -3 if it's not the play target zone. What? What is this -3 bullshit? You fucked everything up, designer. Give me that. There's no need for this complicated.
Let's just take it on the field. Mutant
That's
football
where
league.
you're supposed to pass it. But there's a
isn't that four?
-3.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
But there's a -3 if you do it now. So what it's saying is that you wait until he gets to this 4th one to throw it. So you would move all your offensive players, setting up that play, but your quarterback is holding on to the ball,
That's
Joe.
further because the line's right here, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on the 4th.
No, look at the card. You see those big white boxes?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you see the big white boxes? Do you see these boxes?
Yeah.
That corresponds to these boxes. This is 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box. You see it? Do you see this yellow line? The yellow line is the line of scrimmage. There's 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box. You have to be in that 4th box. You're in the 3rd box. If you were here, that's when you'd get your bonus. So what it's saying is you can throw it now, but there's going to be a +3 bonus since you're not being covered, and the -3 bonus because you're throwing it into a zone you're not supposed to throw it into yet. But that zeroes out and it goes back to 0.
Well, I have 1 because
So you do have a +1 because this guy likes this zone.
I'm just gonna throw it.
So Joe says, "Fuck all that. I'm gonna throw
I'm just
it."
gonna throw it.
All right. So what is your quarterback's pass?
My quarterback's pass over there is a -2, and then I get a 7. 7.
Wait. I never saw that your quarterback had a negative there. It never really says anything about that. Can I see the quarterback?
Crazy replay because I feel bad for you guys.
It never really says
Thank you.
anything about -2 over here, Joe. I don't know why. I don't know why it wants to factor. I guess if your quarterback is going out for a pass. For quarterback, the grid shows their ability to make the pass to that zone. The grid indicates other offensive. Oh, so never mind.
Darth Fancy, thank you so much for resubscribing for 7 months.
Here he never factors that in. His rulebook is awful, but he never factors that into these modifiers. There's the drop back. There's the pressure on the quarterback. You have none. There's the pass bonus of target receiver. We factored that in. There's the coverage. There's no coverage. There's the close defense. There's no close defense. There's the zone coverage modifier. If a defender player is in the same zone, they apply any negative modifiers from their player for the card in that zone unless they're covering that player. And then there's the alone in the zone. You are alone in the zone.
Alone in the
But you have the
zone.
rule of -3, so we factored that in.
So-
But never does it say factor in the quarterback card. But it has to factor in. So -2 plus 1, you have a -1 to the throw. So what is your pass rating?
7.
Okay, so -1 to that would make it easier, wouldn't it? So is negatives better or positives better? Now I'm confused. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So wait, there's just I guess just a -1. Just roll the fucking dice!
Yeah! 7.
7 minus -1, so 6.
I failed.
Under target score. Incomplete. It was an incomplete pass.
Fudge this.
I'm nothing.
But do you understand what you did wrong now?
Yeah, play this game.
No, we're not giving it a chance. Well, we are giving it a chance. It's just we have no patience for a fucked up rule book. But I know how to play now. It's just a little complex. So what you did is you essentially you're like Eli Manning, and you got fucking Odell Beckham here, and you guys have practiced that this is gonna be a long bomb over and over and over. This is gonna be a long bomb, but you chose to just throw the fucking ball now.
If I throw it over there.
Yes, if you had waited, well, so here's how it would have happened. You would have dropped back with your quarterback. That would have satisfied his requirement to move. You moved with this guy.
But then it
you
would
moved
be
with
your
that
turn,
guy.
right?
Then you would have moved with this guy. Yes, but see, this guy is here trying to protect the quarterback, right? Then it would have been my turn. Then I would have, let's just say you hold the ball, okay? So now it's my turn, and my turn is, do I get to move all my non-skilled players? Yes.
Yes.
All unengaged defensive players may move their short movement. So I would try to move here, which would require an evade. What is that, 7? And my defensive tackles are evade of 7, so I barely made it. This one, I guess, how do I push somebody back? I guess,
Drive.
where's that?
It's bottom left of the card.
Where?
Oh, I guess you don't have it.
Where's
Never
yours?
mind. I guess it's just an offense.
Is it just an offensive ability?
Yeah.
Well, why can't the defense drive you back? So I can only go around? See, there's a lot of hanging rules. It's like, how do I just blast right through you?
You cannot.
Force a way through. Drive blocking. A player may declare that they intend to use their drive skill to overpower and sumo wrestle a player backwards. Success is determined using the drive ability.
Is that all?
But that's for blocking.
Yeah, it's for offense.
So, but how the fuck am I supposed to... But you see how things aren't fucking clear? I guess for defense I can only go around. So, I'm going to go from here to here, which requires an evade check. I pass. This one is engaged, you can't do anything for the rest of the thing. So now I'm going to go in for the tackle. This one, my corners have a movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I moved
Engage.
in. No, it's when you move from an engaged square to another engaged square. If I attempt to tackle him now, like here, then yeah, that would be a problem. Now I'm going to try to cover your guy. And I think it was 4. 1, 2, 3, and do I have a cover type of skill?
Yes. Yeah, maybe your card.
Moving players, making sure they don't catch the pass. Covering receivers is one of the key skills needed to stop the passing game. It's very hard to catch a ball if a player is on your heels. Only defensive players may cover. Only skilled players may be the target of a cover. A player cannot cover a quarterback. A player intending to cover another player uses the cover skill check. Well, that's definitely a success. That's an 11. that is 4 or more over the target score. Forced. Target player moved 1 square. Gonna move you off the fucking field?
Boo!
No, because it's not a square. I guess I'm gonna force you back. Okay. So now
Am I covered?
you're covered. Okay, and so now it is the highlight phase. So that was the 3-step phase, the shit that happens always. So now your quarterback is saying, well, fuck, this guy's covered. Now I'm going to have to do, I'm going to do something else. Or you could try to throw it to the covered guy where you're intended to throw it. But maybe your guy can try to become uncovered, right?
Or I could just take off with this game.
The covering players lock their attention on the cover player will now follow them. Place a cover counter between the players. The cover player has no contact area with regards to evasion checks. Whenever the covered player moves, the covering player follows them. Moving directly into each square the covered player vacates, up to their full movement. So what would happen is you can move with this guy. You would go 1, then I'd cover you. 2, I'd cover you. 3, I'd cover you. But that would get you 1, 2, 3 into the zone that you need.
Yeah, I was better off throwing it before.
So you don't want to do that?
No, this guy's wide open.
Okay. Okay, so now in the highlight phase, you move up to your full movement allowance. What's the second value?
5.
Okay, well you don't have to move 5, because remember where this play wants you to throw it. Where's the play? So that's 5 squares away. I don't even think the monitor has 5. Do you know what that means, Joe?
What?
Why are you giving me the card?
But he's in there.
No, he's not. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure what you're missing.
It's just jumbled, my bad.
I know. Well, here's the line of skirmish. That's all you need to look, right? So this is the line of skirmish, which is this yellow line here.
But that,
It's not your fault. It's just
this.
I know it's not your
I'm looking
fault.
at
It's
this.
this
I
game's
count
fault.
from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I was counting. My bad.
Oh,
My
wait,
bad.
what? You 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I started
Oh.
from here because I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that. I'm like, it's different. Because we're over here.
Well, no, Joe, you're right. Right? So it's not this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are in 4. See, goddamn this game. Okay, fine. You're in 4, right?
Yes.
So you get a +1, right?
Okay.
Well, is he a flanker? I don't fucking
he
know.
is.
Okay, so you get a +1. He's on his own. Damn it, I didn't take that into account.
No, I did not.
Because I blitzed with my corner. Damn, Joe, I'm an idiot. Why'd I blitz?
I don't know.
That was not his assignment. That was the linebacker's assignment. Now I gotta get my linebacker to try to tackle him. Joe, you might get a touchdown here.
Yay!
If your guy can throw the ball correctly. Okay,
So he gets a 7 pass, and it's a -1.
Well, hold on, Joe,
Where he's
because
at.
what it is the offense goes first, then the defense reacts. So you only get to do one player.
Okay, I did.
So actually, you might want to either throw. Your choice would be to either throw the ball, do something with this guy, do something with this guy, or do something with that guy. Did you want to do something different?
No.
So you want to go with that guy.
Yes.
You realize it's my turn next.
Yeah, middle linebackers on fast.
Okay, Joe. Well, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to move out of that guy's engagement zone into yours and tackle you.
We'll see if you make it.
Well, if I tackle you, then you're for another fucking loss.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't you go for a loss last time?
Yes.
So we should have pulled these markers back, right? Because the line of skirmish was down where you were, but the game never told us to do that, right?
We probably should have done that.
But you know what I'm saying? Where the game never said if you got tackled for a loss?
Yeah, it wasn't clear.
So does it reset every fucking down?
I think we're supposed to move back.
Discard cards from play, move the clock, adjust markers, and clip as necessary. So that's where it is. Adjust markers and clip. But what is a marker? I mean, that could refer to anything. Adjust the markers? Or are these the only component in the game that are called markers? The orange marker indicates the line of skirmish. The yellow marker, yeah. So,
okay.
so you really should have gotten a loss. Cause didn't you fall down here last play or something like that?
Like some over here.
Well, whatever. We'll just move the line of skirmish here then, right?
Okay.
So now, knowing that, you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're outside of the... Whatever, we'll ignore that joke. Because we're just trying to fucking play this game. God damn it. Okay, we'll go back to the scenario where if I tackle you, you're fucking sacked. If not, then you're about to throw a touchdown pass, alright?
Okay,
Fair
what's your
enough.
tackle?
Tackle with a corner. Tackle is 7.
Miss!
I rolled a fucking 12.
Yeah, so we got the gist of the game.
That is a... No! Let me do my thing. That is a critical success. Fumble! You just fumbled, Joe. And I'm about to pick up the ball and run, make a fucking scoop and score.
Well, my running back's right there. Lamborghini 12. Thank you so much for subscribing with us in this glorious Wednesday football night. Wait, Thursday night football.
Fumble. The hit is so hard, it pops the ball out. The ball carrier gets the ball knocked out of their grasp. Bobbling around on field, it could be pounced on by anyone. Firstly, the ball carrier has a chance to redeem himself. Roll a hand skill check. What is the hands of your quarterback?
5.
God damn it, you rolled an 11.
You held on to the ball.
If successful, the player falls on the ball. Damn it, your quarterback recovered. And the referee calls a new down on that spot. If he doesn't make the test, then it moves to the next nearest player, which is both me and you. If 2 players are an equal distance, then roll 2 dice each, and the coach with the highest total claims the next attempt for their player. Carry on until someone manages to recover the ball. In the very unlikely event that nobody recovers the ball, the officials deem the ball carrier was down by a knee before they lost the ball. I think it's hilarious that you wanted to do that. You could have had a touchdown. Alright, we're just trying to experience...
That's if I would have made it.
We're just trying to experience the game. So let's just say that I didn't tackle you,
What's his
and that
throwing?
you threw the ball.
It's a 7.
So let's just say you survived, and now you're throwing the ball. So just throw the ball. Just roll the dice.
8.
Target, score, or over. Complete.
I get a -1 over here, but then I get a +1. Or +2.
So in that case, give it to him and it'll be complete, right?
Yes.
And that was your action, which would give me a chance, a very small chance to try to catch up with you. My linebacker moves 3, so he's very slow. 1, 2, 3. He's not close enough to make a tackle. and then you would go with your guy, right? And what is the movement, the second movement on your guy?
5.
5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I would go 1, 2, 3.
Well, see, wait. Can you not move that guy?
What about him?
Can you not move him?
My guy?
Yeah.
What does it matter? He's not gonna catch up with that guy.
His speed is 7.
What?
Isn't it? My corner is a 7.
It's 6. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, if you would have gone first, then I would have been like over here now. And then go ahead.
1, 2, 3,
You would have stopped me.
4. And then try to tackle.
You tackled.
That's a tackle. But then the markers would move here. And it would be first down.
And then I would win, but I lost.
But no, what happened is you fucking fumbled.
I got it myself.
You sack fumbled. And
It's
then that's
3 and 25. We can totally do this.
and that's the gist of the game. So what did you think?
The rule book is trash. You need to watch the videos to understand the gameplay.
It's confusing. Player cards are confusing.
I can see why he only made it 1 quarter. And
Yeah.
the game would take way too long.
Yeah.
But I think there's some mechanics that work.
There's some mechanics that work.
Yeah.
What works? What did you like?
Redo this whole card thing, but I like the engage, the covering.
The engage, the covering, yeah.
Mhm.
See, that's why I bought this game, because when I saw this mechanic with the engage and the covering, I thought it was clever to be represented with that, because actual other games already had that mechanic. That's Blood Bowl. I mean, technically, you're engaged when you're just adjacent to somebody. You don't need the
The markers.
the markers. But what his markers do is, if you're engaged, then
You
it
can't move.
then that guy doesn't do shit. So it's different from Blood Bowl in that sense. That's why you needed the mark. How would we make a football game? Or is it impossible? I think making a football game is impossible. I've tried so many times, Joe.
It would get too elaborate.
The problem is there's so much shit going on in football.
Yeah.
And when you think about how much action is actually on a football field over the 3 hours, they're really only playing, you know, what are they only playing? They're only playing an hour.
Yeah, because all the timeouts, all the fucking commercials, all the bullshit.
So the game itself is bloated by ×3. You already have a bloated game in the real football. So that's why he condensed it to the 4th quarter. So if we made a football game, would we have to condense it to the 4th quarter? The way I would do it, Joe...
We'll just call it overtime. 1 drive to
Fuck.
win it all.
Fuck. Well, in real football, you really only get, let's say, 7 to 8 good possessions. Right? On average. I mean, it depends on how the game goes, obviously. But maybe we can use that as a starting point.
Tell that
Like,
to
we each
Patrick
get...
Mahomes.
Huh?
That boy good. He gets more than that.
Do you think Patrick Mahomes possesses the ball more than 8 times in a game?
Yeah. He scores like 50 points a game.
I'm not talking about pass attempts. I'm talking about
The drives and
the
stuff?
drives.
Yeah.
Does he get more than 8 drives?
No.
It's like 10 maybe. Joe, I'm trying to work with you here on creating a football game that works. So if we said 8 possessions per player, then you have something to work
like
with.
a card game.
Card game, yes, is better.
Yeah.
And I think you would have to zoom out. Because football is such an intricate sport, zoomed in, and everything is so tactical and so lengthy, you have to zoom out. Just like, and then what you're doing is you're playing your star players to a particular game. Just like in the Team Blood Bowl. Like this game, and then another game. I know it makes sense. It doesn't make sense that you're playing in multiple games at a time. But just think of it as this month we play 4 games, right? And, you know, fucking Amari Cooper is contributing in this game.
You have generic players and then later on trade or get something better.
Well, what we would be doing is we'd be more GMs than the players. So you're recruiting players, you're trading for players, you're drafting players, and then you're laying players out in 4 games at a time. And in football, there's what? 16 games?
Yes.
So, four phases, or 4 game turns of 4 games apiece.
How did the other one do it? The season, wasn't there a football game? Yeah, you play a season?
Yeah, but the problem... Huh? Play a season?
Yeah. It's a board game like that.
I don't know what you mean. Like, could you tell me more?
You find it for you one better.
Well, see, the way they do it in Blood Bowl is there are 4 games to play in. And what's cool about Blood Bowl is more than 2 players can play the football game. You can go up to 4 players, right? So then I place a player, and then you place a player. So then I put a player, and then you're putting a player, and then I put a player here, and somebody else puts a player here, and then
Yeah, it'd be sweet. You could build your fantasy team. What would each one of these be, though? Just
I got an idea. I'm brainstorming right now, Joe. We're creating game design live. It's live game design. Give me a team manager real quick. It's right next to Fallout.
boo. What am I looking at? Right.
Yes, sir. The genius game designer. So this was it was too detailed, and it played too slowly. So what you would do is you would set it up just like Blood Bowl. So there are the 3 games, and then here's what I'm thinking happens. So in Blood Bowl, you know how we go around and we're placing these cards down, right? So you got 4 games.
What you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that you could either do it exactly like Blood Bowl, but then that's not very fun because you're just copying Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
And it won't work anyway because Blood Bowl is way more interesting with these cheating tokens. See, in the cheating tokens, somebody could get blown out, or they could throw a flag on the play, and then that guy's star power is reduced, and then you end up winning because I lost star power there. What I'm thinking of is instead of playing the cards and having the cards have permanence in each play, you're just playing. You're playing the card for its effect. You're doing its effect. You're taking the ball back to midfield or maybe back to your side, and then that's it. So it's like a one-time thing. And you have players, right? You have players that have, fatigue on them, right? And so then they can contribute in the games in an abstract way. So I played his card, one of his cards there, right? So he has, he's got 1 fatigue because he's already contributed once. And then I need him to do something there, so I play him there. And now he has 2 fatigue. And I got the ball, back from you there, right? Etc. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the players to move between the games and contribute until they're completely exhausted. And then also have card effects that come out, like the crowd cheers for him and he's re-energized and he loses one of his fatigue tokens, so surprise, comes over here, plays a card and ends up winning this game too. See what I'm saying?
Might be too much for that.
Might be a little too much. Yeah. But I think that would be how you would do it. You know what I'm saying? That there would be 4 games out at a time. It would be a 4-player game, so it's much more fun to play with everybody. As you could have the Cowboys. You could have 1 division playing. Right? Because you each play each other twice in a division. I mean, that would fuck the games up.
Yeah, like...
You have to kind of ignore the NFL schedule.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it's like, if one person just participates all...
Yeah, because remember, you can actually have 3 games from 1 participating player. And he would be playing 3 games while everybody else would only be playing 2 or even 1 game.
Yeah. So the record's going to be up a lot.
Well, what you would do is you would include NPC teams, I guess. So that, yeah, I play 3 and I'm going to finish my season before you. And if I'm not there to participate with you, then you're playing against NPCs. But that doesn't make sense because we'd be playing each other more than 3 times. Because then once you cycle these cards out and put another 4, we could end up playing each other twice again. Yeah. And then we cycle those cards, put 4 more. And so during the season, we played each other 6 times.
Or you could just be like me, just be like, alright, I have a personal vendetta, I'm going to play you all season.
Yeah.
So who would you play?
How many months is football? Is it 4 months?
Nice.
Maybe we can...
Yeah, 4 or 5 months.
We can split football into 4 months.
What would the cards be like?
So...
Like, you win month 1,
Well, shit, that wouldn't be fun because
Yeah.
if we only put 4 cards and that's your season,
Yeah.
then you really only ain't doing much. Fuck!
Back to the drawing board. Corey, everyone's gonna be watching, alright? Everyone's gonna be watching the Cowboys and the Seahawks.
Oh, you
That's
know it's
cool.
gonna be the highest rated game just because it's the Cowboys. Don't be mad. Just laugh when the Cowboys lose.
Salvage Bar, what's up? How are you? You only see Joe swear on YouTube only? Well, fuck. Let's fix that right fucking now.
The only what?
You are nothing.
Because I only see Joe swear on YouTube only. And we're fucking fixing that right fucking now. So fucking take that.
Oh, you didn't see Joe swear? Fuck.
Bruce Leroy. Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Alright.
No,
There's like
that ain't
a
gonna happen.
2% chance.
Look, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm even telling you we're not gonna make it that far. But I just want to beat the Seahawks. That's all I care about. If we can get that game, now we can start talking.
Yoda, what's up?
Because I think we can beat the Rams.
I'm just a salty Raiders fan. Corey, how does that feel? Khalil Mack is doing amazing, but he's not on your team anymore. Amari Cooper's doing amazing, but he's not on your team anymore. I would be pretty pissed too. Sorry for that. Maybe next season, you guys have a lot of draft picks, so it should be improving. Still thinking about it? The Patriots go every year. They need to let somebody else go. If the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, he's gonna run up and down the streets naked. That's what he's gonna do.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, if the Cowboys win the Super
He's like,
Bowl,
"Woo!"
I will run out. I won't run naked. I'll just run up and down the streets. Is that enough, or do I have to run naked? Can you give me those cards? I have one more on you.
You are nothing.
I was gonna get wrecked, son. Thank you so much for your subscription of 7 months, Agent Orange.
Here's the thing: is that the NFL has a fixed schedule.
Yes.
You play your divisional opponents twice, which makes up 6 of the games, right? Or no? You play the Eagles twice, you play the Giants twice, you play the Redskins twice. It's 6 games, right? Okay. So you would get 2 of their cards. If we're playing a 4-player game, you get 2 of their cards, right? So we're saying you're the Dallas Cowboys, Joe. You get 2 of their cards. So you know you're going to play these 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you want to play NFL style, then you add NPC teams, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's too many games in the NFL. Right? If we want to do it exactly like the NFL, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do our own thing.
So then you would take these and then you shuffle this deck,
Let's call it division football.
and this is your season. Am I right? Okay. And then everybody would take their scheduled deck and draw the first card. That's your first game. So you're playing the Giants this first game.
So is it gonna be a 2-player game?
Wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Because, yeah, my deck drew the Giants, but your deck might have it in a different order. You see what I'm saying? So while I drew the Giants, you drew the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're supposed to be playing each other, so that didn't
What
work.
happens
If there was only one deck,
what happens
if this was
if
a single player
everybody-
game.
If everybody, yeah, you can play by yourself, but if everybody draws the Giants, we're
Okay,
like,
Joe, no,
fuck.
I was wrong. I was wrong. But if it's a single player game, you can do it.
Yes.
Because here is you play the Giants, then you play the Patriots, then you play the Eagles, then you play the Redskins, then you play the Colts. Give me a random team: Jets, Dolphins,
Patriots,
Patriots,
Rams,
Chiefs,
Steelers.
then back to the Redskins. Okay, so that would work if this was a single player game. But we're trying to make it a full player. So throw that idea away.
Okay, we're just gonna call it the division. We're just gonna have 6 games. Done.
That didn't work.
What is the music called? After Dusk. That's what it's called. A chill synthwave. Says set the schedule by drawing for each week's match each round.
Aww. Oh yeah.
Jubs.
God damn it! I already put everything back together. So
It's playing in your head.
and we did that. Then we draw that. Then we know those 2 players are in a game, and then you draw the next one, and that player would go against that generic, and you draw the next one, and that player would go against the generic. That's week 1. But that's only week 1 for one player. What?
Because we would have our own team selected already.
Okay, well what you would do is everybody would have their own decks.
Yes. And then just
And
shuffle
then you draw.
all the rest of the team and everybody draws.
But that doesn't make sense, because what would happen if I drew an NPC and you drew me? Which would take precedence? Would I be playing the NPC or
Well,
would I be
whoever
playing you?
draws that first one is like, alright, it's you and me, done.
So then I put this card back.
But you don't even get to draw. Because whoever drawn you.
Right, but I would put that card back in my deck because I still need to play that NPC later on, right? So then we would play out that game. This guy would play an NPC, this guy would play an NPC, and you and me would be playing each other. That would be our first game, that would be their first game, then they put those cards aside. Did we fix it?
Maybe.
I think we fixed
There'll
it.
be a chance where
The player card that you chose takes precedent over the NPC teams. That would fix it. Yeah, you might end up playing all your players in the first 6 games of the season and then play the other 10 NPCs later, maybe if your deck was drawn like that. Or you could end up playing the Redskins twice, one right after the other, which could never happen in the NFL, but whatever. Okay, we're just trying to fucking find a system that works.
Yeah, we're just trying to find the scheduling right now. This is like the bare bottom. Scheduling is where we're at, not the gameplay.
Not the
We're in
gameplay.
scheduling.
Well, see, what's good about it, Joe, is that we don't have to do the gameplay because we zoomed out. And we zoomed out. Now all you need to do is you're right now. Okay, so we know we're playing each other. Now what do you do?
We still haven't really finalized the scheduling though.
Well, now what you do is the fact that we have cards.
Yeah, now we would have
Now I got-
generic ones.
Well, we would play a deck builder.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
do-
what makes most sense for an
then
NFL
you
game
have
is a deck
drafting.
builder because you're
You
drafting,
do drafting.
You're
like
playing
a regular
players.
Draft.
you're playing players, you're playing moments.
injuries, obviously.
So that's actually how you build your deck. You're actually getting plays. So you have coaching and you have players. So in the game, there's going to be, look, see, here's players.
It's called After Dusk. A chill synth wave.
And here are plays, or coaching. So here's what you're doing. So at the beginning of the game, we all have generic players and generic plays. Let's say we have 4-star players. What do most deck builders have? 10 cards in their hand. So 6-star players. No, 6 plays and 4-star players. Right? And then you deck build as the game goes along. So I can either choose between a player, okay, I want to play, and all these cards that you play have, franchise value in them. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to put more into these cards besides players and coaching. You would have to put like the money generation, the fans. No. Because players could be offensive and defense players. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Because you're either playing an offense or you're playing
it's
a defense.
It's kind of like the top, if you play for
defense.
offense, bottom defense.
Right. You could be an offensive powerhouse where you're just trying to get the most points in the game, or somebody could stack their deck for defense and prevent you from scoring. You know what I'm saying? But these need more than that. So we would actually call it front office, and so front office would include all your coaching, your merchandising, your stadium, and all that shit. And then the game would have your players and your would it have players and plays? And then this is
It would have to.
would
So
be
how we
like
gonna-
front office.
How are we gonna score?
Well, anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, there are different paths to victory. You can either stack your deck with tons of defensive players, or you could stack your deck with tons of offensive players, or you could just be like the Dallas Cowboys and you have merchandising up the ass, so you can buy whatever you want, you know what I mean, and have a lot of money, but not necessarily have a very good team, because all your cards have all these jerseys and luxury box seats that you're playing. And then there's plays, coaching, so you can focus on getting all the best plays that give you the bonuses. And through those, I think we're making it, Joe. We're doing it. So I've got my generic deck. So hold on. So remember, in a deck builder, it's 10 cards. So what did we say? 4-star players and 6 plays. Of course, there's going to be different types within these, okay? So players and merchandising and shit. But what I'm saying is, like, look, if we do this, I know you could see the backs of the cards, but here's what I'm trying to build the engine. So then you draw 5. So now this turn, I can put these players to the game, right? And these plays to the game, or I can use them to buy stuff, right? And say there's 4 games out.
What are these representing?
who's participating in the game. So I'm gonna spend these in. I have a potential of $3 million. I can come over here, and with $3 million, I can buy luxury seats, which will add $5 million when I draw it again, so that I have better ability to buy players and shit later, because these rich people then contribute to the games. You know what I'm saying? Or I could buy this coaching play, which is a long Hail Mary, and you know, a nice thing here. Or I can contribute this play and these players to this game and do something really well to where I take possession of the ball, which essentially means I'm winning the game, right? And then I only have 2 million, and I buy something smaller like hot dog stands, right? So then you take all these, you put them in your discard pile, and then you draw 5 more. And then this gets replaced with a new play. And then that player then goes, and he picks up, you know, Drew Brees by spending his, you know, 3 million or whatever. And then that gets placed. And then we're going around and we're participating in these games back and forth.
It's just gonna be 1v1, right?
No, there could be 4 players in this game. Okay. And then at the end of 4 turns, then we see where that ball is. And that's who wins or loses the game. So I move the ball to my side. Now, well, let's say these fields are like this, so it's kind of cooler. Remember that long bomb? So you could have these amazing plays, right? So it's in the middle of the field. Long bombs might move the ball 2 times towards you versus a running play, which is very certain. Like running plays are super certain, but they're slow. You know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, by the end of this game, I've got the ball on this side. By the end of that game, you've got the ball closest there. At the end of this game, we got the ball in the middle of the field. And in this game, this guy has the ball. Okay, turn 1. Then shit moves around. Turn 2. Shit moves around.
So see, that'd be because if this is my player, and I do long bomb, where would it go?
Well, don't waste your long bomb. But it would go towards you, you know. Well, you know what I mean. We would reverse the positions. That way,
Yeah.
you know, so it looks like you're throwing the ball. But whatever. But you get what I'm saying, right? And then turn 4 is over, and now we look at where the balls are at. Let's say last minute people are putting in their plays, and it's creating these big things, and it's like, whoa, you know. And any game that is tied where the ball is still in midfield, this is a tie, and this is, he has full possession, and this was 1 closer to him. So he wins this game, right? And in then in that case, you play each other from your hand right now. So you play 1 more bonus hand. You play that hand, and then once you're done playing that hand, you draw again, right? And all of those cards are going to go to that game. And you're going back and forth, and you're rolling dice or adding special things to it. And then we do the same here until there's a winner. And then this guy won that game. So then 4 games are done. You play 4 more. You play 4 more. And 1 final round of 4. And that would be the season.
It's a season.
And then if there's 4 players, then you take the top 2 and they go to the Super Bowl. There's no playoffs, right? It's just who...
Playoffs.
There's no playoffs.
What?
There's no playoffs.
I want to be playoffs.
Joe, we don't have 32 teams playing the game simultaneously.
Playoffs are fun.
Could you fit 32 friends in a single house to play one
I
card
don't even have
game?
32 friends. Fuck.
But what do you think about this, Joe? I think this actually has real potential.
Yeah,
Now,
we just gotta
what the
work on-
potential is, how fun are these individual games?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
exactly. Because I was like,
Now,
yeah,
I
it
get it.
sounds cool.
I get it. Let's say there's
For-
5 little zones of moving this back and forth, but don't sleep on that. Because that's what you're doing in Blood Bowl. You're just playing these cards in Blood Bowl, and you're
Yeah,
moving
but they
the ball
have the cool
back and
texts. It's
forth.
like, well, I could do this and this, and all those.
Well, that's what we would be doing when you're playing those cards from your hand every turn.
That
Well, I
sounds-
can do this.
Like what though?
But you
you
see-
can't be cheating or anything. You're just like, all right, I'm moving the ball over here. Okay, I'm moving it back. All right, I'm moving the ball. Okay,
But that's exactly what Blood Bowl is, Joe. So what you're doing is it's an opportunity cost, right? You only have one play, right? And so you can then split your play between this game and not buy anything, not improve your team, right? Or you could go all in on one game and secure a victory, or push the ball all the way to this side, forcing him to have to do all of his shit on that side. So don't knock it before we try to refine it, I would think. But it does seem like you need to do a lot with only a little, because remember, we have to buy cards. In order to buy cards, it costs 3.
Though.
But remember, there's 4 turns. There's 4 quarters of football. So the first quarter of football, you could say, you know what, the Dallas Cowboys suck in the first quarter. I'm not going to play in any of my games. You're going to get the early lead in all the Dallas Cowboy games. Here, let's put the balls in the middle, right? So the Dallas Cowboys suck in the first quarter. This guy gets the ball all the way over here. He gets the ball over here. However, I spent all my shit on getting like fucking merchandising and fucking Amari Cooper. So I'm going to be better when I put this, and then by the time third quarter rolls around, now I'm playing in my games and I'm pushing these back. And you're saying, oh shit, he's doing a late rally, so I better fucking play my shit too. And I think it's cool that we can tie, and then you play that one more hand to see that real tension.
Well, probably somebody's gonna break game to just do that every time. Well, I think every player is just gonna play like that. Just
Would every player just
stack up everything till the
would just buy?
Because it doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter. I see what you're saying.
doesn't matter
So
till
they
the
would
fourth
buy
quarter.
in the
First 3, yeah.
Well, the ball doesn't move.
Yeah, it's fine. Why, it doesn't matter.
Well, if you do that, then I'm gonna see that you spent all 5 of your cards on something else, and I'm gonna put 1 card and move that ball twice to me, and then put my other 4 cards to buy.
Stack up my deck.
All right. And then, what do you mean stack your deck?
But buying more players and stuff.
Right, but I'm moving the ball towards me.
Then I'm gonna play all my badass cards
In the
fourth
final quarter.
And then you don't have as many good cards as I do, because I bought all the best cards. If you play these generic decks,
Well, these are all available at all times during the season. But I see what you're saying. There might be an issue with nobody playing until the 4th quarter.
yes.
Okay. Well, the 4th quarter is the most important quarter in football, but we would need to make sure. Here's how we fix it. You want to know how to fix it? Because there's a back and forth, but we need some permanence. So once this ball goes 1, 2, 3, you just scored 7. And then it goes back to the middle. So I have 7 and you have 0 in that 4th quarter. So that way there's permanence.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can keep going and keep buying, but I still have 14 and you have 0. Sure, in the 4th quarter you go crazy and you pull that ball all the way over there and you get 7, but I had 14.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
However, that might make games feel a little static in the sense that all games are going to be 24 to 24 is the highest that you can get, right?
No.
No, because let's just say you keep playing, right? So if I play 3 cards that were enough to get it to my side, and then go back to the middle, and then bring it to my side almost again, and then later on I score again, that's 12. So you see how there's a little bit of variance in there now, that I could get more. And then there's going to be some plays that are like, score a touchdown. Like just fucking 1 card touchdown. But for those cards, maybe get the dice in there and see if you can do it. Combine a player for the card, and then you're rolling to see if he throws a touchdown. But I think this is a solid enough system where I can think about it more. Alright. Cool.
Q beans.
What time is it? 8?
8:08. Make a wish. You guys make a wish?
The hell would I make a wish?
It's 8:08. I don't know. Football board games, eh? I'm Morris. Just subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. Have you ever seen the thing? It's like Zach Morris is trash. It's pretty funny. It's a little take on Zach Morris. How he's an ass.
Who's Zach Morris?
You don't know who Zach Morris is?
No, I don't know who Zach Morris is.
Tell chat. Mr. Sadistic Gamer. Thank you so much for subscribing with us.
Thank you. Well, who is Zach Morris?
Zach Morris is from Saved by the Bell.
Oh. Screech?
No.
Oh, Zach.
Screech. Yes.
Is he the white guy?
Yes.
Why is he an asshole?
Because he is.
In the show?
Yes.
I thought that was his thing. He's like the asshole. Right? Isn't he like a jock or something?
No, he's not the jock.
He's just a popular kid?
Yes. Xenon!
Why did you bring that up?
Because Morris subscribed.
Oh. And you're asking if he's seen that.
Yes.
Okay.
Xenon subscribed for 28 months in a row. Pieces. What happened?
These are more for.
Oh,
I knew I was missing.
that's for the other ones.
Oh, it's not for Wonka.
Nope.
You want to see the, what you were saying before? That ain't it. Ready? Okay, that ain't it. Ready? It just got the foam sheet. Highlight. That's a Gatorade in this universe.
Brought to you by.
Highlight. Hey man, I think you did an admirable job for only having 155 buyers and having to find components.
No, we are not gonna play that. I heard terrible things about Super Seducer.
No, fuck that game. I don't. Fucking creepy asshole. What? My box already broke?
Yes.
Did you do that, Joe?
I didn't even touch it. You're the one flipping it up in the air.
Really?
I didn't touch it.
You did it, didn't you?
No way.
Well,
You wanted
honestly,
it.
with all the rest of these components, that's probably a low quality box. But look at Joe. He already broke my box. Look at that. Now I gotta fucking repair this box.
With duct tape?
Jimmy. Damn it.
Internal. I do shit. You got that? I didn't do shit and you didn't see shit. Undetermined artist. Welcome.
These were the coolest.
Yeah, I like the board. and
Those
that.
were the coolest components. The board and the map, good.
That's about it. The miniatures, no bueno.
Miniatures, terrible. Components,
Started, it was amazing.
awful. Awful, awful, awful.
Pretty good. Nothing too crazy. We just hung out here,
What day is
chilled.
it?
Thursday.
Oh, I guess it's a fucking movie. I forgot to buy tickets.
I was gonna say, what time was it? I was like, shit. Never mind.
I forgot to go to the movie. You're supposed to go to a movie, chat, but there's no movies out right now.
No.
Chat, can you look up what movie would we review if we went right now? Ain't no movie. They ain't fucking no movie.
It said, Mary Poppins. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Fuck that shit. I don't want us to review Mary Poppins. That's a 2018 movie. That's so 2018, guys.
Holmes and Watson, we already did that.
Go watch our review.
I already saw the Bird Box. I seen it.
Well, if you saw it, then review it. But that's a 2018 film.
I thought it was okay. Nothing good.
Nothing good?
Nothing great, my bad. It's fine for a Netflix film. Bandersnatch, I have not seen that one though.
Again, that's a 2018 film. Welcome to Marvin or Mule. That's a 2018 film.
We're looking for 19, son.
$2019 only.
Spawn Stars, you shut your mouth, alright? I'm not gonna go see it.
Not gonna see what?
Nothing. Glass.
Bumblebee.
Glass isn't out yet. We're gonna go see that.
Did he say
Escape
Bumblebee,
Room.
Joe?
No, he said Bumblebee Tuna. It's weird. The Room. Booger Kitty, is that a... Oh, that's tomorrow. Wait, what? What's good on Netflix or Amazon? Something I should watch. Looking for something good to watch. Oh my god, the Tournament Artist. I saw that. The Bird Box Challenge. So fucking stupid. I don't understand why these people are doing such stupid things. Crazy Rich Asians. Pass. Manic, I already saw Manic. Dragon Prince, what is that about, mistress? I saw Black Mirror already. Not the new one, though. Yes, what better way to do the Bird Box Challenge than driving your car blindfolded? Yes, we're gonna go see Dragon Ball Z.
We might not be able to because
Shit!
I have to go to...
Oh, you're leaving, huh? That's right.
Our tickets, we've already bought them for January 16th or 17th. And I have a meeting with Ed Boon, or an interview with Ed Boon on the same day.
Take him the game.
I'll take him the game. Balboa.
Bobo.
Pulling some back in the box. Will they fit or not?
Yes. If I lay them down. Ed Boon. Nice. Ed Boon. Party of one.
I don't know how I'm gonna see Dragon Ball Z because I think it was only in theaters that one day. I'll have to buy tickets. See if it's in on another day. Let's see. Dragon Ball Z Broly tickets. Yeah, I can buy it another day. See, look. Oh, I think I have my tickets for the 16th, Joe.
Okay,
we're gonna be able to see it. Then I fly the 17th, and then the 18th, 19th, and 20th is PAX South,
So.
and then we'll be back on Monday. Well, let me just make sure that my tickets are for the 16th.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
He said,
16th.
tell Ed Boon to make Ermac Puerto Rican.
I did tell Boone that we need a Hispanic
You do it for me.
Mortal Kombat fighter, and he's like, "You're right, we don't have one yet." Or he's like, "Yeah, I guess there isn't one." But I told him Ermac is one, and then I think he agreed.
Yeah, that does suck whenever you do limited releases. We have to go to like some crap theaters.
Cooking with Ermac stream. Well, you know, me and Alex were thinking about doing a cooking stream.
Mistress said she would do the desserts.
I just gotta get extension cables for the webcams and clean my fucking kitchen.
Yeah. Get some better pots and pans.
Get some better pots and pans that look cool,
We need
so
a
we
green
don't look like
screen.
we're poor.
We need a green screen so we can make it look like it's a badass kitchen.
We're just gonna cook on everything green, so that we can replace it
lights
later.
up on fire. Oh shit!
All the paint. Yeah, Joe, I don't think that's gonna work.
Just saying. Get them glasses to them. What glass? Those glasses are clean.
It's not only available then. Look at all these dates. 21st, 22nd. Stops on the 22nd though.
Yeah, but oh, they actually do have the Lakeline. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Because
Well, this
usually
is
it's
Texas.
like way the fuck out there or something.
Texas.
Texas.
Really likes Dragon Ball Z.
Put it back.
Put it back. This one, unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever play again.
Maybe another trial run. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe one. I mean, we started to understand it. But there's only 155 copies in the world.
Limited edition, son. Who else has this game?
Ain't none
Nobody
of you.
in chat.
None of you have this.
Nobody.
Nobody. I bet $100.
What they say? Put it up.
Ba-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Burn that game with fire. I want to buy an electric football one.
Electric one. What? Oh, that one. How much? Look at Amazon. Electric Boogaloo. $50.
It's only $50.
How do you play this game? The first one will fall down.
It sucks.
Does it?
The ratings aren't very good. $37. That's it?
So cool.
This kid's like, this shit don't even work.
The next game we should do is Don't Step. What is it? Don't Step on It. It's from the makers of Doggy Doo. Since 1947.
Hey everybody, Coach Joe here with Tutor Games.
Hey.
Let's play some electric football. Check out this run play. Number 27 is going to fake the run. Watch for the blocks by the tight end number 88 and wide receiver number 80 as they seal
It's
the
a
lane
pretty
for a
good
running back.
commentary, though. He's going! Oh, he did it! Look at that! That's amazing!
Bullshit.
That
Look
was
at
good!
this! Same formation, but this time we're giving the ball to 27. Watch him follow his blockers
Is
on
this
a
the
power
Kansas
run
City
for a
Chiefs versus the
touchdown.
Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl?
I don't want to see you celebrating with a dive. Act like you've been there before.
That's
What
a tough
running
coach.
game. Let's see how the quarterback does on a pass play.
Yeah, how do you fucking pass?
Look, 89's open.
Did he pass it?
Dribble to
I
the
missed
quarterback,
it.
put the ball on his throwing arm, and put him in place with the quarterback on the field. Line up your target and flick the arm. Got him. Now adjust your ball carrier and any untouched defenders.
I don't know, man. I would have more fun with that. Not gonna lie.
Play
I would have
electric
more fun
football.
with that. What do you think, chat?
Alright, Chad, should we buy it?
No, don't. That ball's going to go everywhere.
I ain't never seen so many no's. It's only $36.
Hey, where were you when you bought this one?
Shut up, Joe. I tried. Alright. Well, I'm going to be working on my top list tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have it out by the end of tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Friday?
Friday.
Top list will be out Friday night or Saturday. Probably Saturday. So don't come over, Joe. I'll just be working on that. And then, and we'll put those out over the weekend. We'll have the top 10 lists out. And then we can get started on whatever games come out. I don't know what games come out.
What's the best thing coming out this month, chat? When's your leg day? Every day is leg day.
Thank you, Determined Artist. For Joe this month, it's Ace Combat 7, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, we don't have any experience with Kingdom Hearts. Ace Combat. Resident Evil will be interesting.
Metro Exodus is February 15th.
Anthem is February.
There are too many things on February 15th.
Valentine's Day. Wait, 14th.
I ain't got no girlfriend. Metro Exodus, Crackdown 3, and Jump Force would be my girlfriend. 3 games on a single day.
You light some candles, get a nice red wine, dim the lights.
3 girls on a single day.
Ooh, child.
Can you play all 3?
Oh, man. It's gonna require a lot of stamina, boy.
Can you fucking play all 3 all night long?
All night long.
All night.
Grab some lotion. Cause your thumbs are gonna get ashy. Crackdown would just get delayed again.
I hope so. It's too many fucking
Really
games.
hope Jump Force is good. Sounds like a challenge, AJ. Says Kitty D.
I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it, won't do it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Get it, get it. Can't stop, won't stop. Alright. Well, that's it for tonight. I do have a PlayStation VR, yeah.
What's up for that, though?
What a major disappointment. You know there was a Mac game that could have made the top 10 list?
What?
It's called Vox Machina. It looks fucking amazing. But I don't want to buy it and then set up a HTC Vive again and then like do all that
Where
shit.
is it? So we hit.
I don't have the Vive,
I don't know where
but
it is. Set it up.
Dell has the Vive. But it's fucking amazing, guys. Let me show you before we end the stream. Fuck Taco Bell.
It's multiplayer. I was actually at the doctor's and I basically first. Hang off on the road.
Remember my first robot ride? Is this Unico? Oh, it's Brandon.
Hey,
Dude,
I'm
Brandon's
the
got
one-
the big boy.
Yo, check this out, guys.
Oh, you guys both have big boys.
It's Rick. Cool.
Dude, I'm having such a good time right now.
I got enemies in the distance.
You do?
It's the best thing.
See, look, you can even see your friends talking in the upper right
Oh,
corner.
I'm pulling my sniper scope
Way
here.
over there.
I'm blasting with my laser. Hold on.
Blow his legs off.
Copy that.
Dude, guys, the targeting system with like the little
My
scope.
heat, my
is
heat's
so cool.
overheating. Hold on. I'm gonna get up close.
I'm gonna go up high so I can
You have to use your radios.
Hold on. My heat
There it
is
is.
so good.
Then let me get the distance.
Do you see me in the corner talking on the radio?
My heat's critical. I gotta back it up.
Yeah, same here.
Help me out. Help me out.
Does this not like fucking look like an amazing game? Especially when you're in it.
Man, just like Owen Wilson.
Hold on. All my shit is.
He's in trouble, guys.
Back up.
Born of Vengeance. Let's do this.
And you have to like pull levers and shit.
I have to eject.
Oh no. Yo, I got bags right here. Say goodbye to those ladies. We got a flying turret right here. Oh, he's done. He's done.
Hey, at least that AI actually tried to do something. He's like, well, if my legs are gone, might as well fly up into the air
Get the fuck out of here.
and try to let off another.
Because there's rubbing butts to nuts over here.
Yeah. Guys, I need a bigger robot for this battle.
Just revolving. Oh, it's about
So yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
probably the best mech game.
The Star Trek one is pretty fun. I
Of all
like that one
time.
too. We had fun with that one. We didn't play enough of it.
Yeah.
Are they doing any more upgrades to it or no? Or that's it?
I'm not sure. I think that's it. I mean, they had the next generation, so I'd like to play it eventually. But yeah. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for coming out, hanging out with us as we played a game that didn't really work.
Fourth quarter.
7th quarter football.
Fourth.
8th quarter football.
Took
But,
us,
but what it did do is inspire me, and I think I'm onto something on that deck builder NFL game. But that's about as far as I'm going to develop it because
You got
you
some
can't-
other stuff.
we got other stuff to develop, and the license would probably cost $200,000, and who knows if you would even be able to kickstart it, if the NFL would want to be associated with Kickstarter.
Nope. It would be too
And
expensive too.
if they don't, then they would force you to just do retail only. And then if you can only do retail only, you would have to make the components shitty to make any money off it.
And like what we saw, there wasn't a lot of people that like this, like football that much to get a board game. They would
I
rather
know
do-
what you could do if you put out an NFL game, you would put it in the stores that have football card collectors. But even those are a dying breed because now
Yeah.
everybody's on Madden collecting digital fucking cards.
Or like myself, Newton.
Well, that's why I'm thinking that the NFL would be like, hey man, just stop trying to charge so much for your license. I mean, nobody wants your game no more.
They won't.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Is football card collecting still big business?
Yes. You shut your mouth. I have binders upon binders.
Yeah, from when you were 10.
And I still got more. From time to time, I pick up a pack or two.
Okay then, Joe. Then what are you talking about? This could still work.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't
You
go
wouldn't
out.
buy it. If you saw that game on store shelves, you telling me you wouldn't buy an NFL deck builder?
No, here's the thing. Because the cards are more of a, they have value.
But it's a game.
I don't
People
have-
bought NFL Showdown.
Yeah, back in the day.
It lasted like 3 years. Mine only needs to last 1 year. It's just a single card game. You don't need to have it expandable because that's impossible. Like season to season, different stats, different players,
Yeah.
or updating. Now you're just talking about Madden where you're just updating the roster instead
That's
of
all
the
you
actual
do.
game. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Next up is the top 10 list.
Top 10!
And then we will see you next week.
Yes, bye. See
Bye,
y'all.
guys.